podcast voice now. You smoked, then ate 7 bars of chocolate. We declared Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist. I scratch your head, you fall asleep like a tattooed golden retriever. Ladies, gentlemen, and various Kenzera, this is Modern Escapism. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Oodles, so just shake it off. Joining me today, he's got me down bad, it's Gadget.
Hello.
To me, he's the anti-hero of the show. It's Stig.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me.
It seems karma has taken Biggie and Candy this week. One of them is on holiday, and the other has no internet. So instead, a love story of epic proportions has joined us again. It's the You Belong With Me, Blank Space, and Midnight Rain of podcasting. It's Planty.
Sorry, I'm going to have to go. I've got lots of songs to write about my ex-boyfriends.
I have nothing bad said about that intro at all. How is everyone doing?
That was a very good intro. Well researched as well.
Yeah.
You read an album
I
list.
don't need to research anything, mate. I just know.
Hey, he got...
No, he's a super fan.
Super fan now.
Mm-hmm.
He's got tickets to the tour.
Miss Swift to you.
He paid hundreds on them.
I did.
That's how much they fucking
700
cost.
quid I spent. So I can sniff a knickers.
And this is the tightest Yorkshire dad in the world. Paying that much money to see
Kids
a
aren't
woman.
coming. Just me.
Just you. He's going to be stood there in a crowd with thousands of screaming Swifties around you, holding a single can of beer, focused laser-like on the stage.
A blue bag full of red stripe.
Yeah.
No, my gig beer is usually cheapest beer you can get because you're going to drop it, aren't you? Like a Bud Light. Gig beers.
Or a tube ball.
Yeah, just nasty beer because you drop half of it. But then again, I don't tend to go to pop concerts, so maybe I can get away with having a nice posh beer when I go see my hero, Taylor Swift. How's everyone doing? I've asked you once.
I'm alright.
Full of cold.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Absolutely racked with the cold, but I guess it's better than having the shit.
You could have both.
Yeah. We regular have the shits on this podcast, apparently.
Mm-hmm. I mean, one of them's got having the shits in America at the moment. Definitely. 100%.
I
mean, that'll be the Popeye's chicken. Then.
I am good because I shared it on our Discord, but I became a vinyl wanker this week.
Nothing wrong with that, mate.
You did.
I've got loads. I've got
got myself a little record
I've
player.
got 62.
Got my starter pack vinyl.
Have you got a pipe to smoke?
No, not yet. Unfortunately, I don't think the record player's working properly, so that's kind of put a bit of a downer on it. I think
Is it skipping or is it warped or?
It's great. You know, like when it kind of goes.
Needle.
Oh yeah, it's got crap. No, it's a crap
Belt,
belt.
you reckon?
It's the belt.
Well, yeah, because it's not maintaining a constant speed.
Yeah.
So Pip's record player's kind of a cheapy one. It's not a cheapy one, but it's like 100 quid. That one, it skips all the time because the needle arm isn't heavy enough and there's no counterweight on it. So to stop it skipping, you've got to put a tiny little bit of blue tack on top of it just to give it a gram extra weight.
Yeah. Well, I just got one because it got good reviews. I was recommended by Cowgirls Moo recommended me a few, and I said, "Well,
that pervert.
I'll get this one because it's I didn't want to go overboard. I didn't want to spend ridiculous amounts, and it was a nice price. It was like mid-range, but yeah, it's just giving me a bit of a
Send it back then.
headache with the sound. So yeah, well, I'll have to give them a call tomorrow. If they can send me a replacement belt, if it's just the belt, then I'll try that out first before sending it back. Set it all up and everything, haven't I? I just can't be asked packing it all up again and stuff. It's just
a quick reminder, listeners. Welcome back to Middle-Aged Dad Chat.
Oh, telling me. Christ!
You asked me how we'd been. People want to know what we've been up
Gotcha, what you've
to. I
been
got
up
some
to.
vinyl. It's great. Stole my dad's from the loft.
Gadget!
Couple of Pink Floyd records.
Gadget!
Beatles.
Hello, Gadget! What you been up to?
Oodles. Been at the gym.
Excellent.
Been
Yeah,
walking
been
the
to the
dog.
gym
Been
too.
getting outside and exercising.
Touching grass.
Can we talk about the gym gadget?
Yeah, we can talk about the gym.
Hit a PB this week.
Yeah, I've seen that. 34 kilos.
34 kilos. Massive.
What's that?
Yeah,
in
what's that
Oldham?
in real weights?
2 of you.
I bet you're one of them wankers that does the distance in kilometres as well now. Because kilometres sounds more. Sounds more.
God, no,
sounds
no.
more.
Always miles. Always miles.
I did.
If you're in America, how many cups is that?
How many school shootings is it?
Oh, fuck's sake.
How many?
Okay, that's always someone had to fill in for Biggie, didn't they?
Welcome back
it's a
to all
unit
the
of
things we
measurement
learned from
over
film.
I did squats at the gym for the first time in ages this week, and for like 2 days I was like walking like John Wayne.
I squatted in
Ridiculous.
shower
Like, my
earlier.
hamstrings were absolutely fucked.
Just fancy.
Yeah, but
fancy
did you? Yeah,
squatting.
but did you do it with a? Did you do it with 120
No, I
kilograms
had
on your
it with
shoulder?
1,000 drops of water.
Which is
on
about
my back.
19 stone. That.
No, I did it with that big schlong of his.
It's fucking
pulling him
heavy.
down. Hey.
For his shoulder.
Planty, our special guest. What you been up to?
I went to watch some Scottish League
Now
2
that's real
football.
football.
League
That's
1
real
football.
football.
Sorry. Yeah, I went to watch Annan Athletic versus Falkirk,
Falkirk.
and it was bloody brilliant. Falkirk are the champions. Annan are my local Scottish team. They're only about 6 miles away.
Oh, yeah, you live in Little Scotland, don't you?
Almost, yeah. Carlisle's great because it's been
Yeah.
Scotland, England for like every
The accent's
30 years.
fucked up
So
there.
would you another move to Scotland? That's fine. I'm all right with that. As long as I can go across the border and get cheaper beer. Picked up a can of Punk IPA in a just an off license, and it was £4 because of minimum
Wow.
pricing.
Oh wow, that's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
You hear that, London? Do you hear that, London? Not fucking tenner.
Yeah, but the football was really, really good. It looks like Annan are probably
Good
going to
lad.
stay up. It's the first time they've ever played at this level. It looks like they're going to stay up. And they drew 3-3 with the champions. So that was
Rocky
that was
one.
really good. So yeah, loved that a lot.
Excellent. Do you know what's making me panic though this week, guys? Biggie's got no internet,
What?
and how am I going to know about the news? How am I going to know? In fact, you know what? It's Planty's breaking news.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
A job nobody wants to do. A song knocked up in a minute or two. It has to be breaking news. And now, open your ears to me. What we have done is copy and paste. We've sourced the internet for breaking news. Biggie's got the shit, so you're stuck with me for what'll feel like an eternity. Breaking news, bum 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 bum, breaking news. It's Biggie's breaking news, read by some other bald bloke. Bum 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 bum. And
Marvellous.
absolutely none of you know what that song was.
Nope, you're gonna have to send me a link for the backing track for that.
No, because I didn't do it. I didn't do it at the right tempo. It's Olivia Newton-John singing Xanadu.
Fucking Xanadu.
Xanadu, yeah.
That is the most planty thing ever said.
Film to add to the list of films to watch this year.
I'm not watching Xanadu.
Big.
I've seen Xanadu.
You must. It's a great film.
I got loads, too many.
It's
other
not a great
films.
film.
Too many other films to watch.
Cool.
Do you want to read it then? I've got it here ready to read, but
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Do you want to fire it across? Because I haven't got access.
yeah. Let me just.
I
put
just
it in
saw
the
that you
chat.
said you'd done a song. I thought you were doing.
Yeah, I had to remove a line to make it scan a little bit better. Gadget, so probably better off if you don't put any music in the background.
I'll try and work out something.
Okay.
Trust me, I've had to do some horrendous things to backing tracks to make them work with the way Biggie sings things.
I was going to say Biggie's done some horrendous things to music.
He has.
It is what it is. Right. Okay. So we've got a window. Let's see if I can. Fuck's sake. Right. Okay. All right. Let's start with gaming. Embracer splitting into 3 companies. Middle Earth Enterprises and Friends, Coffee Stain and Friends, and Asmodee
And
Group.
friends.
It's like I'm friends.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, let's find out. Embattled game company Embracer Group has announced its intent to split into 3 separate companies Asmodee Group, Coffee Stain and Friends, and Middle Earth Enterprises and Friends.
It's the Enterprises and Friends bit that gets me. It's like all the corporations are friends together in a happy sunshine
You don't
land.
pay your friends either.
Enterprise Rent a Friend.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing.
Each company will be a separate publicly listed company, Embracer said. The move comes after a brutal period of restructuring that's seen hundreds of staff lose their job, multiple studios shut down, and the sale of developers, including Borderlands makers Gearbox and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic maker Saber Interactive. This seems like this comes up every week, this story, doesn't it? In some form or another.
It's lots of horrible twists and turns with it, and like I kind of think that Lars Wingefors, who's the CEO, kind of needs to be banned from running companies. He's like, it sounds like he's just like a really fucking rich twat who took over this thing and tried to funnel a lot of money in and then fucked it.
Yeah, but aren't they all?
Yeah. No, but this one seems especially incompetent.
Right. Okay. He needs the John Barnes treatment. There's some news from this week. The largest shareholder, controversial CEO Lars Wingefors, as you just mentioned, intends to form a new long-term ownership structure and will, quote unquote, remain a long-term, active, committed, and supportive owner of all three entities. I didn't do the Swedish accent.
No.
Thought I better not. Here's the breakdown. Asmodee is a tabletop games publisher. Coffee Stain and Friends will focus on indie and A/AA premium and free-to-play games for PC, console, and mobile, while Middle-earth Enterprises and Friends will focus on AAA game development and publishing for PC and consoles, as well as the stewardship of the Lord of the Rings and the Tomb Raider.
Lord of the Rings and Tomb Raider.
Maybe that's what they mean by Friends. We're gonna have a Lord of the Rings / Tomb Raider.
Lara Croft coming in. I am no man.
Yeah, when they're fighting in the mountains, the Balrogs turn. They're struggling with it, and then Lara Croft
swings in with a bottle of Luke's side.
With her triangle tits. Yeah.
Bring it on. Do you know what? This Embracer shite. It's shite. It shouldn't have done it in first place. That's what it seems like to me.
They rushed everything, didn't they?
They did.
Fucked it.
They bought too many studios with money they didn't really have, and then the deal with I think it was supposed to be the sovereign wealth fund in Saudi Arabia fell through, and then
I'll never forget
lost all their potential funding.
I'll never forget the time when they kept trying to tell me, please receive our Gollum code and review it. I'm not doing it. About 5 emails. I remember posting it in our chat, our private one. I'm like, they're begging me to review Gollum, and I'm not doing it.
Gadget was meant to, and then just decided, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, I was going to do a shit game stream. I was just like, I've got better uses of my time.
Embrace them, man. Fuck them to the fire.
I honestly feel like that Gollum game should have turned up free.
They tried to give it to me free.
It should be somewhere. It should be everywhere free.
You would thought it would hit PS Plus by now.
I thought it would have hit everything by now for nothing.
No, because it tarnishes whatever service it's on for free. That's why.
You know for a fact that when it does end up on like PS Plus or Game Pass, shitloads of people download it and play it. 'Cause
you will.
The services.
You will.
Yeah,
I probably will.
I might give it a go.
Will too.
Wait, it's only in my Steam account because I didn't pay for it.
Exactly.
Is it even still installed? I can't remember. If
I think you having that in your Steam account's worse than the hentai porn games that I've got in mine.
Be proud, Stick. Be proud.
I must reiterate. I must clarify. I must clarify that people sent me them as a joke for a birthday present.
Mm-hmm.
I got to be honest with you. I think the Gollum game probably would be more of a challenging wank.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Next.
Very, very tricksy.
Fallout 4 PS Plus owners currently cannot get the next gen update for free.
Don't have PS Plus.
There you go. I wasn't entirely sure if I did have this. I just started playing it thinking, oh, this just looks exactly the same. Maybe that's why. Those who have Fallout 4 via PlayStation Plus do not appear to be able to download the next gen update for free. Reports indicate that Fallout 4 update for free only for those that own the post-apocalyptic adventure outright. Oh, right.
That makes sense.
Well, then it is better because I own it. As opposed to the PS Plus subscription service, it is unclear if this is intentional or a bug. I think
it makes sense. If you've bought it, you get the newer version. If you haven't bought it, you're not getting it.
Well, but if you get it, if you're playing it on Game Pass, you get the upgraded version.
Shit.
That's because Microsoft owned them, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Xbox has had it for ages. Anyway, haven't they? They've had all like updates and stuff.
I don't know.
For not this one specifically, but they've had like mods and tweaks.
But this isn't the worst of this next gen update because it is fucked on PC.
Right.
Everything's always fucked on PC
Master
to begin
race.
with.
Like one of the advertised features was that it supports ultra wide displays, which is great for like people like me who have an ultra wide display want to play Fallout and that. But you're kind of actually close to it because instead of actually doing ultra wide support, they just fucking stretched the UI. So they just fucking stretch the screen.
If no one's ever seen
make
Gadget in real life, guys, he's got an head like an hammerhead shark. He needs everything in ultra wide.
Yeah.
His eyes are here.
It also broke saves that had used mods. So if you were doing like a particular special run or something like that, and the game automatically updated, you fucking lost it all.
More on Fallout later.
Yeah. Just very quickly, the release of the TV show has propelled Fallout game titles back into the top sellers category on PC platforms, Steam, with 2 Fallout games in the top 10 most sold, with New Vegas even beating Call of Duty.
Anything that beats that is good. And I'm a Call of Duty fan. Beat it.
And Fallout New Vegas is just banging.
It is really
I fucking love that game so much.
Next.
Nintendo Switch 2 report details magnetic Joy-Con Pro Controller compatibility. Switch 2 will feature Joy-Con controllers that connect to the main console using magnets, a new report suggests.
Science, bitch.
Just makes you think of that bastard Jesus cartoon. Magnets, how the fuck do they work? Come on, Jesus, give it a rest. Citing sources from accessory manufacturer's Spanish site Vandel, states that the Switch 2 Joy-Con will stick to the console itself magnetically rather than using the rail system on the current Switch and Switch OLED. We've all managed to put our Joy-Cons back incorrectly on that thing, haven't we?
Either that or, the little black... when you take the Joy-Con out and you get that little black thing to slide on for the shoulder buttons.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yes.
Yeah, my kids and their friends have put that on the wrong way around, and they get stuck if you do that.
They do.
And it's a fucking tough job to pull them back off without wrecking your Joy-Con.
The best thing about this being magnet-based is magnets is they only get stronger as time goes on. Magnets don't stop being magnets. Ever.
That's what I was thinking. As long as it makes that cool clicky sound when you click them into place.
We did it. A bit of a derailment. But we did a little time capsule at my primary school, fucking in late 80s, and we opened it about 5 years ago. And we put. I specifically remember myself putting a magnet in. We couldn't get it off the wall because magnets get stronger the longer they're magnetized, aren't they? Over years, it's just natural. It were fucking rock solid. Do you know them old-fashioned red and blue magnets that you used to get? It's one of them.
Yeah.
Stuck to the time capsule.
So there's...
Did you get it from the from Acme? Did you get the weapon catalogue along with all the other stuff you get to kill roadrunners with?
The best thing about magnets, they never die. They never die.
There was more details that came out from a different one. I forgot to actually put it in here, but some more things leaked. The Bluetooth chip of the Switch 2 still supports the existing Joy-Con and Pro controllers, so they are compatible still. The Switch 2 has backwards compatibility with Switch 1 cartridges, but the Switch 2 cartridges will be different and won't fit on a Switch 1. One that it goes into the kind of the magnet thing here, but another feature of the Joy-Cons is they are larger, which is good because the current Joy-Cons do not fit a human male hand.
I use my Pro controller.
Before I got a Pro controller, I really did end up with like Jeremy Beadle hand from playing Mario Kart.
Yeah. The dock still has a USB-C port and will support 4K.
Good.
And the screen is bigger, up to 8 inches, and the resolution upgraded to 1080p.
And 8 inches is meaty. Oh, trust me, ladies.
Mario and Zelda games are gonna look fucking incredible, aren't they? I know that Switch 2 is gonna technically still be behind the likes of the PlayStation 5 and the Series X, but when it comes to those games and the graphics, the way they look,
you do not buy a Switch for power. Simple as that. You buy it for the quality of games that are there, and there's just certain games that are perfect on Switch, like Slay the Spire is still my most played Switch game.
Binding of Isaac
it's just
was mine.
Perfect for that. Oh right. Oh yeah, of course.
And Celeste actually. Celeste was the. I've got Celeste on like 4 different machines, and I've played it and finished it on the Switch.
Yeah, I did mine on the Switch.
I was going to say the line noodles. I'm waiting for him to say Loop Hero.
It's coming. Loop.
The little Bart
Loop.
gif.
Or Vampire
Loop
Survivors.
Hero has currently, I was on it this morning, 127 hours. I've played Loop Hero.
Wow.
So
Wow, you've been slacking on that
I know you think it'd be more, but I've also got it on PS5. And Balacho's catching up. I think I'm on hour 52 now.
Not sure what I've got on Loop Hero. I'm gonna check.
Play Loop Hero if you've never played it before. It's the best game
You really
ever.
should. Yeah. I think I picked it
It's
for
so
like
cheap.
£3.50 or something.
It was free on Epic.
Great.
One time.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it on Steam for like £2.
It's the best fucking game ever. I can't wait for a sequel. Ooh,
It's a good game. Like,
love it. Next,
I don't really like loop games that much either.
you are Loopy.
An Alien VR game will release later this year. Kidding.
Nope.
Described as a single-player and action horror with an original story.
Nope.
Yes,
Nope.
please.
I will play
Yes,
this.
please.
I will play this.
I couldn't play
I-
Aliens Isolation. I streamed it. Gadget laughed. I couldn't finish it.
Yes. You didn't
Yeah.
even meet
No,
the
I
fucking
never
aliens. You were
finished
too
the alien.
scared.
I also never finished it.
It still scared me.
You got to the cutscene when it arrived, but you
I
never actually
turned
had
it
any
off.
gameplay with it.
It's so good. It is so
yeah,
good.
I
it's
spent a
amazing.
heck of a lot of time hiding in lockers. I really
Oh,
did.
Locker Simulator 2016.
I'm scared.
My
I'm scared
favourite
of
thing
three
about that
things
is-
in this universe.
Shit, that game's 10 years
Space,
old.
aliens,
Yeah.
and cows. It's got two of the things I'm scared of in that game.
One of my favourite
Were you
things
not
about that
scared
is
of
you
the
can.
synths?
They were freaky,
horrifying.
but I'm not that bothered about robots, or robots, as you like to call them. Robots.
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 I'm not that scared of them, but
Yeah, you
aliens.
can,
Yeah.
the alien can hear your mic if you're.
Yeah, and I
streaming it.
was screaming a lot.
Get out.
Streamers
Streamers.
have been like, there's one I watched it the other day. The streamer like sees the alien and he runs the other way. It's just like, oh fuck!
I've promised to.
And he got me, and then all of a sudden the alien just runs up behind him because it can. If you talk on the mic, the game,
I've promised
the
for
alien hears it.
I've promised for years. If we get our next stretch goal on Patreon, I will play that game to completion on stream. But people don't like us enough.
So,
We're nearly there.
so the game's called Alien Rogue Incursion. I'm literally watching the trailer
About
now
my
on-
cat.
on IGN. It's coming to Steam, Meta, and PSVR 2. So they're going across the board.
Will it be on MetaQuest 2? I've got one of them.
No, MetaQuest 3.
MetaQuest 2's fucking shit when you put it on. It looks like you're playing Roblox all the time. It's fucking shit.
Because most people use it to play Roblox.
They don't even like good games. It's like, this is shite. I can tell. I'm in VR.
But yeah, like I tried the Alien Isolation VR mod, and that put the fucking shits up us. I love the idea of this, and I love that it's like kind of big budget stuff coming to VR. I will never play this because the Xenomorph is genuinely one of the few film monsters I am actually scared of.
I just can't stand space and aliens, and that aliens is space and aliens. It's just too much.
It's great though.
Too much.
It does what it says on the
It's
tin.
too much.
having that little scare is. That's why I struggle with like horror films because I just do not
She's
find them
solid,
scary.
mate. You
but when
rock
you,
hard.
Yeah, it's the
but
same.
stuff, but
exactly the same.
But no, stuff like this, like when I was playing Outlast, like you're creeping around, there's no noise, and then you see something, and you've got to
Mate,
hide.
I played
and-
Resident Evil.
Same with Alien,
Resident Evil
like-
7 just like for fun when we're smiling. On
I
Earth
played
doesn't
Resident
scare
Evil
me.
7
Earth
in
doesn't scare
VR.
me. Space scares me.
No, play it in VR. That'll fucking scare you. Jack fucking
Yeah.
chasing you around the house in
It's
VR.
an alien though.
You put your head round the corner. It's like, "Hey, you are, boy! Yeah, come here!" And you're like, "Fuck!"
I keep having dreams
I,
about it because I've been microdosing shrooms lately, and it's fucking messing my head up a little bit. It's killing me, man. Woo!
Resi 7 VR, I could only play it as far as like that bit where Mia jumps up the stairs at you in the intro.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah,
I
scared
can't-
shit out of me. That.
Yeah, I couldn't
She
do it
climbs up
anymore. I
slowly.
can't do VR.
That's
Yeah, I can't do VR horror. It's too much. I love horror games, and like I say, Alien Isolation is one of my favorite games of all time. I am not playing this
I
Alien
played
VR game.
Phasmophobia in VR and wandering around, and you just like with your torch, like slowly just going around, and you just hear these little noises. You're like,
Pay us
"Fuck," and
money
you
and
walk
I'll
in a
play
room and you turn the light on, you just see something move in the corner, you just like turn that light off and just leave the room. It's scary, but I'm well up for that. I'd play that.
My wife absolutely loves horror films, but she says they're not scary anymore. So I'm desperate to get her to start playing horror games of some sort, because I think that's exactly what she needs. But it needs to be kind of horror walking simulator. So if any of the listeners out there can recommend one of those,
Soma.
that would really help.
Soma.
Oh, right. Okay.
The one I just mentioned, the
Outlast.
Outlast. Yeah,
Outlast 2
Yeah.
is even scarier than the first one.
There was a run of horror games, kind of like 2009 to like 2017, where they were basically run and hide ones. Like you didn't get into combat, you just had to run
Someone
away
who
from
caught you
things.
dead.
Yeah.
So, but I would really heartily recommend Soma because
Soma's
the story
brilliant.
is amazing
So good.
and it's fucking terrifying at the same
I've
time.
got that. I paid for that.
There's
on,
nothing
I
scarier
need to play it.
than machines chasing you.
I mean, I found the likes of Gone Home and Firewatch quite
Firewatch is
creepy,
creepy.
and off-putting as well.
Yeah,
'cause-
They're the ones.
gone home. I was certain something was coming out.
yeah,
of those
because you're
walls.
just walking around and everything's so silent.
That bit
and
on
you're like,
Firewatch,
Gone
that
Home
bit on
especially.
Firewatch where you find out someone's
Yeah.
been following you with the whole game. Like,
Yeah,
You never even see 'em.
think
You never even
something's
see
gonna
'em.
happen. Something's going to happen, and it keeps you on edge throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back
It
and
holds
play
up.
Firewatch again.
I played it last year.
Absolutely
That holds up. Next.
Okay, on to film and
go.
TV. Project Hail Mary sets launch for spring 2026. Space Adventure from Ryan Gosling, Lord and Miller, very good, Amy Pascal, and Amazon MGM Studios.
Okay.
There you go.
So both Candy and I read the book of this last year because it's Andy Weir's most recent book, Project Hail Mary. This is going to be banging. The book is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Also, Lord
Yeah.
and Miller are excellent writers.
Yeah, they are.
Ryan
Yes.
Gosling's great. Amazon will pump a shitload of money into
Yeah, they're not
it.
scared of
Yeah.
putting money in stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I do wonder what's going to happen with the Amazon thing, because I was thinking about the Netflix thing, about how it's kind of like 3 series and just fucking done. I've got to, and you were talking about it the other week when we were talking about Fallout. Like, we've got Fallout for years and years and years, but how do you think it's going to go Walking Dead levels of seasons?
I hope not.
Do you think we're gonna go
I hope they
to-
have a finishing
Stop it.
point. 6 series.
Walking Dead ended on a
5,
high.
6 series.
Ended on a high.
I think
6 series in a movie, 7 series in a movie.
Amazon are pretty good at like knowing when a series is finished. Like, sort of like
Expanse.
they finished Man in the Mile Castle.
Man in the High
Man in the High Castle. I'm not the Mile Castle is the Weatherspoons in Newcastle.
That's a very different series.
Yeah, Man yeah.
He's got really high heart rate.
He's got high blood pressure. He's complaining at them. They're foreigners.
Hates foreign muck, loves the wife. Enough said.
Enough said. Love pies. Man in the High Castle. They finished around about the time that it probably should have. And I think the same with The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
They did what 5 seasons of that and finished it, and it finished well. So I think they're not going to fuck around. And like with The Expanse, they finished it just at the point where it was about to go really shit.
They knew.
No,
They knew.
it needs one more series.
No, it
I
needs
could
one
take
more series,
another.
but the quality had dropped so much by that
The last
point.
series was good.
I don't think
Last series
so.
was good.
Yes.
Good.
Maybe in the books, but not in the series. The series is fucking great.
I didn't think the last season was any good.
No one liked Holden at the beginning, but by the end, everyone liked Holden. Everyone likes him.
I never like holding throughout
Yes,
the
you
whole
do.
fucking run of
You
it.
love him. He's your boyfriend.
No, I don't know. No, the actor. I don't
He
like
liked
him.
you. He told me. He messaged me last night. Stop being rude.
I was just Amos. Amos was my
boy.
boy throughout the whole thing.
Let's go.
Amos is a good
Hey,
lad.
Mr. Wilkes. That's a reference for nobody.
But,
The
like-
movie, filmed for IMAX, is based on Weir's, the writer of The Martian novel, and set in the future. Gosling plays Ryland Grace. Is that 2 surnames? A school teacher turned astronaut who wakes from a coma alone in a space station with no memory of who he is, and his mission. His memory returns, but in bursts, and he pieces together that he was sent to the Tau Ceti system, 12 light years from Earth, to reverse the impact of a space event that had already hurled the planet into early stages of Ice Age. As details of the mission unravel, he must call on his scientific training, sheer ingenuity, but he might not have to do it all alone. I mean, if it's an Ice Age, he's surely got that little rat that keeps getting the acorn at the start.
Is he also going to be growing
There you
potatoes
go.
as well? Out of his own shit.
No,
Oh, The Martian was great. The
Martian was great.
Very, very good. So this is worth a read then, Gadget. I don't remember you guys mentioning this.
No, not worth a read, worth an audiobook. Trust me, there is something with the way they've done the audiobook that is better than reading it on paper.
Yeah,
sort of, yes.
I know what you mean. The ambience is better.
Oh, I like that.
No, not like room ambiences and stuff like that. There is just a thing that they do in the audiobook. As soon as you get to it, I don't want to spoil what it is, but as soon as you get to it, you'll realise why it's better to have the audiobook
through it just goes, because the Martians turn up.
Yes, please.
I was thinking just when you thought audiobook, I had it in my mind like that Callisto Protocol one.
Yeah, like
That
a audio drama rather than a book.
No, nothing like that. But it's a really good narrator who does it well. But yeah, there is just a thing that enhances it.
I watched Ryan Gosling do nothing. Mate. I'm a big fan. I like him a lot.
I was good. Like I'm really looking forward to the Fall Guy.
He looks so
good.
good.
That looks great.
Yeah, that does look fun.
It's all practical, isn't it?
Fun.
The whole thing.
Yeah,
I'm so happy with it. They used about 15 stuntmen or something. I know it's about stuntmen, but it's going to be good. They just bought it.
All over it. I've just used this month's
fantastic, Planty. You'll fucking love it
for that. I'm gonna start that in the morning.
I've got an offer for three tokens for £3, so I'm gonna get it.
Get on it. Get all over it. Emma Stone, though, wants people to use her real first name, which is Jeffrey. Emma Stone has revealed she'd actually prefer it if we didn't call her that because it isn't her real name. She said she would like people to use the name she was born with, adding, "That would be so nice. I would like to be Emily."
I always knew it were Emily. I don't know why it stayed in my head.
Pretty name. God, we've lived too long. The 35-year-old told the Hollywood
12
Reporter.
in
Superbad. She gets people that I work with to call her Emily when I get to know them. Stone says she chose her stage to change her name because Emily was taken by someone else in her actors' union before.
Never made it big.
Yeah. Well, probably never made it to her level.
No, absolutely. Who's quickly going to IMDb Emily Stone to see what she's doing?
Probably on Shudder. All these horror films like Stig watches.
Mate, don't you take Shudder's name out of your fucking mouth, boy.
I only heard
I'm not having any of that.
First time I ever heard it.
I am not having any. Shudder is phenomenal.
Is it not like sci-fi? I thought it was like sci-fi or something.
No, it's all horror. It's all horror stuff. Loads of independent stuff. All the Rec movies are on it now. No, all the VHS
yeah, I like
movies.
Rec. All right. I thought...
It's a Wonderful Knife. Did you guys not watch It's a Wonderful Knife? That's a great film.
I watched it.
That's the stabbing It's a Wonderful Life that we did for
I
Paul
thought
Greatness.
it was terrible.
I adored it, but
it.
then I love It's a Wonderful Life.
So
it's got Candy written all over it.
So Emily Stone has 3 acting credits to her name. Making Juice, The Making of Juice, which was a short in 2002.
Hang on, Making Juice, The Making of Juice. What, Juice, the...
O.J. Simpson.
The Tupac Shakur movie, because that is a great movie.
No, it's a mockumentary about the making of a science fiction film that is shot entirely on blue screen. The action takes place on and off the set and follows the cast and crew of their flawed project.
I'm all right.
Okay.
Pour on Tombe, which was another short where her credit was just friend. And then a film called Coma Girl, The State of Grace.
It's your favourite album, that.
Okay. So she's roughly on par
Emma Stone.
with the real
award-winning, Oscar-winning Emma Stone.
She also, in all 3 of her credits, never appears in the top 10 of the actors in it.
So I think Emily Stone, the Emily Stone we know and love, should take her name back. I'm pro that.
She should, yeah.
As a man that is Mark Plant 3 on IMDb, then yeah. But I can't really be too angry about Mark Plant 1 because he died.
And as a man that goes by Kenny, but that's my middle name, Kenneth's my middle name, I agree. Let's take it all back. From now on, you will call me John and only John. I'm joking. You don't call me Oodles. Please, for fuck's sake, never call me John.
No, you can't be called John in the podcasting space because 100 Things we learn about film has a John.
There's only one John.
And he's older than you, so he was there first.
And it's the second most popular male name on the planet after Muhammad. So, fuck that.
Is it really?
Fuck that. I don't want to be that popular. Next.
New # Game of Thrones video game is reportedly in development at Nexon. It's going to be a story campaign online an MMORPG set in the North. I mean, it's got one thing
Let
right.
me remind
Lots
the listeners.
of dodgy Yorkshire accents throughout it.
There was a Game of Thrones game on the PlayStation 3, and it was supposed to be like Dragon Age. It was like Dragon Age was never born. It was horrendous. It was terrible. Didn't have the voice acting. You only stayed at Castle Black, I believe, the whole game. It was shite.
It was a quick cash in.
I like the Telltale one.
The Telltale one's good.
Telltale one wasn't bad.
Other than the
it wasn't
bugs,
the best Telltale game.
The bugs, it was buggy as fuck.
Yeah.
But I liked the fact that
The Foresters. You were the Foresters, weren't you, in that?
intertwined with what was going on in the show.
Yeah.
I thought that was really
I
clever
liked
the
it.
way it did that, and it was just as brutal as the show. Like if you fucked up,
would
I
die.
remember fucking something up, and the guy just literally, the Forester, my little brother, he's just there, just went. Buh, and just stabbed my little brother in the head. And I was just like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
I was like, I did not expect that. Like,
Just like 1% of
It was
players lost their brother at this chapter.
yeah, it was relentless.
That was good.
I mean, that's just Telltale. I had a couple of character losses in the first Walking Dead game that I'll never recover from.
Tell me about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I can't go back to
Did,
it. Perfect game for Rachel to play, but I cannot go back to it.
Speaking of that one, did anyone drop Ben?
I
Yeah,
did.
Yeah,
Fucked up the QT.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember listening to TCGS and they were talking
I
about
dropped
that in their spoiler cast, and they were all like, "Did you drop Ben?" And Dave was like, "Fucking right, I did." And the rest of them were like, "What? That's awful. That's awful." He was just like, he was a bastard. He was like, "Cunt." I was like, "Yeah, right."
Fucking liability.
Yeah, exactly.
Hashtag footman. Next.
Aaron Sorkin, remember him? Is writing a movie about January the 6th. Described as a quasi-sequel to The Social Network.
Sorry.
Yes, exactly. Follows the rise of misinformation for profit online that may have led to January the 6th.
Well, I
so
guess
Love the fact that it's not... I mean, just say it's Trump. We all know.
I like how they're
it's
calling
Trump.
it January the 6th.
I guess what he means is I did a film about the Facebook and the rise of
Fake
Facebook.
news.
I'm now going to do a film about the dangers of what Facebook.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this happened because of groups on Facebook being able to organise this crowd and spreading misinformation.
Oh yeah. It's just the way it's written there.
The way it's
that's
written,
quite a line. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I think they're going for.
and
It means, isn't it?
I mean, I remember last year or 2 years ago, something like David Fincher said he would have loved to have done a Social Network 2 to talk about how Facebook has gone on to be the horrendous beast that it is.
How dare people besmirch...
and to be a little bit less
How dare you
sympathetic.
besmirch the freedom fighters that tried to take back their country on January the 6th? How dare you?
Our brave patriots.
Patriots.
Dressed in a stupid
Buffalo hat.
face paint.
How dare you?
The most heartbreaking thing about the whole January 6th thing, for me personally, because I have no connection to America or anything like that, but I had to eject one of my favourite metal bands because of it. Because the band leader and rhythm guitarist of Iced Earth, a man called John Schaefer, was one of the first in the Capitol, and he's photographed there. And
I've got secret pictures
I
of
knew
Biggie
you
there.
were a controversial
Biggie
dickhead.
was fucking front line. He was the first one in.
I knew John Schaefer was a controversial dickhead, but it was just like, I'm watching the news, watching this happen, I'm like, is that John fucking Schaefer?
You've lost a lot of your heroes in the last few years, you haven't you?
I haven't had.
Talk
It's been a
about
fucking shit time
Rammstein.
to have heroes.
Christ. Breaks your heart, that
you
one.
need to. There needs to be a feature on your podcast, Planty. Like anytime you bring up a band or an artist, just
Did he
go,
break
just
Gadget's
type in
heart?
their name and controversy, and just see what.
See if they're a bad.
Yeah, just see what's come up with about them since that film.
Well, funnily enough, the next episode's going to be the commitments. So, I mean, there's a band.
Ooh. That's going to be a tough wire to cross, that one, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I'll have to get that watched then for that episode.
You've not seen
Great
Commitment?
film.
Elvis was a Cajun. Mate, I hadn't seen the commitments until 2 weeks ago.
Try a little
Fucking
It's
banging.
brilliant. Stig, it's currently streaming on the iPlayer.
You can't watch it.
It's actually.
I watched it on standard def DVD in 4:3.
Nice.
I got it from a charity shop. It was great.
That film still has my favourite version of Mustang Sally I've ever heard.
Sally.
Yeah, it is easily the best version.
The Mustang now. That's a song at the end of the episode. Mustang salad.
Elvis was a Cajun.
Next.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, Jodie Comer, and Ralph Fiennes have all been cast in 28 years later.
Oh.
Nice.
Fine cast.
I
Not against that. It's a good cast.
refuse to call him Rafe Fiennes, if for no other reason than it's a throwaway gag in a sketch on the Peter Serafinowicz show.
Yes.
Where, in the Actors Studio. It's Rafe, isn't it? R-A-L-P-H, Rafe.
Does his brother go by
Absolutely
Joseph?
love
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm all for this casting, by the way. This is so exciting for me.
am.
Fucking love Jodie Comer. She's great.
Can't wait. Yeah, she can put her hand.
I think they had to get the casting and everything right for this film because the second one was shit.
And it's not.
I
It's
don't
not
know.
shit.
Oh, it
Robert
is.
Carlyle.
It's now on the first one, though.
28 weeks later is
The
one.
beginning bit of that is frightening. With
The beginning
chase.
bit and then the rest of the
What
film.
about the helicopter, Jeremy Renner?
Oh, about like the fact that he
I
like
forgot Renner.
Don't forget
was
he
Hawkeye's in
manages
it.
to like get across country across London in like 5 minutes from one end of London to Wembley in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's no Euler's zone in that world, is there? Topical.
That might be the most topical joke you've ever made.
28 emissions later.
Yes!
Hey,
Yes, particulate matter. It's killing us
But-
all.
But Wembley, Wembley with the long grass, that did kind of do something for me. I quite
I
liked
like that film.
The fact that they'd obviously just shipped
It's
in
got.
loads of.
Do you know
either that or
the
it's
main reason
CGI
why it's
grass.
not as good as the first film? The main reason, the cinematography wise, because the first one's all grainy as fuck. It's as if it's fucking hand footage. The second one's HD, super high
Well, it
res.
was-
Looks like Hollywood film.
But was it 28 days later? It was all done on one handycam as well.
That's the reason why it's better.
Because it was made for about £2.50, and they made use
There's
of that
bits in that film
yeah.
where you can't see Cillian Murphy because it's not been lit properly. The scene's not been lit.
Yeah, he's absolutely
Yeah, it's
bleached out. Isn't he?
fantastic.
That opening 15 minutes before you get the credits is brilliant. Where he's escaping from the house.
Yeah, he's left all his family.
and he basically just traps his wife in
Fuck
to
you.
get murdered. It's absolutely perfect. And then you're right, Stig. It's all downhill from there.
Get it watched. Next.
Deadpool and Wolverine trailer 2. Wouldn't know. Don't watch trailers for films I want to watch.
I couldn't help
Looks
myself.
good.
I couldn't help myself. I was going to try and avoid it, but I know for a fact I'll end up seeing it in the cinema at some point anyway. But yeah, it looks fucking ace.
Yep. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but we get to see the main antagonist. We get to see the main plot threads. There's a lot of Easter eggs in that on trailer. So
There's going to be so much more in the film, though, isn't there, as well?
Yeah.
Which is
yeah.
My only concern with it, and it's just a niggling concern I have, is I may be starting to reach peak Ryan Reynolds saturation.
I was.
Like for
10 years ago.
the style of the way he plays Deadpool, which is the way he's played every film since the first Deadpool.
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean,
It's
it
funny
works-
when he
I
gets
think
shot
the
in the
only thing
arse
is
and he goes, "Oh, that's funny."
It just works for Deadpool,
Yes.
I think, more than anything. I do think he needs to tone it back with other films and start to look at new projects. But he's fucking
No,
he's fucking
because
great
he's
as
already
Deadpool.
he's already fucking up football.
Best
so
joke
I'd
in
rather not.
No,
all the
I meant
Deadpools
that. I
is
meant
when
film
he
projects.
pats behind him and
Like-
Colossus is stood behind him and he goes, "Dad." He touches his dick.
Yeah,
It's very good.
he is very good at playing Deadpool, and he understands the character and does it well. All I'm saying is, like, there's part of me that kind of hopes this is the last Deadpool
More
film.
on that at
Yeah.
Modern
Okay, I
Escapism,
don't-
man, because we will be reviewing it for the patrons.
I don't.
Oh gadget!
I
Disney
know,
aren't going
I
to
know.
require it to do one Deadpool film. Don't be silly. I am going to look forward to him clearly just when there's a massive battle going on in the Avengers, just being sat on a wall watching it, and clearly not just being like,
I'm gonna shoot
not for me,
you,
not for me.
baby."
This is
Listening
it.
to his-
Yeah, yeah.
I am interested in finding out how they bring him into the, because they will bring him into an Avengers film, but how are they going to
TVA.
do that and still
The
keep
TVA.
it? Yeah, still keep it a PG.
The fact that they've got the-
Bleep him out.
They've got the,
Literally
bleep it out.
bleep
It's
it.
funny. That's what they do in some of the comics,
Yeah.
and the fact that now the Marvel mythos
okay.
has the TVA involved, the Time Variance Agency, means they can do
Yeah.
fucking anything.
If you're someone that's
It-
viewing the MCU and you're going to moan about the fact that they might be a bit silly with Deadpool in a serious world. It's a fucking comic book world.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't get it.
don't get it.
There is still the overriding long-term gag that in a PG-12 film in the US, you're allowed one fuck.
Yes.
And because of the way Deadpool breaks the fourth wall and is aware that he's in a film, you have this moment where if Deadpool is in an Avengers film, he's walking around going, okay, I can only swear once. I'm going to wait for the right moment. And then some character who you would like a Captain America type or a Wolverine says fuck, and he's like, oh, for beep's sake. And he's then everything. and he just starts beeping ridiculously.
In 10 years' time.
They've only
That's the way that joke will go.
They've only done one
I'm here for it.
They've only done one F-bomb so far, haven't they?
Yeah.
MCU.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which film was that in?
Guardians 3.
Oh, right.
That's such a good film, that.
It's a really good film.
Yeah, I don't think I can ever watch it
So
again.
sad.
I just can't. I just stop. Like, oh, we'll be friends forever.
Yeah, no, you won't.
Oh no! And furthermore, why did they make that otter so sexy?
Well,
why did they make that otter?
Well,
so
there's an episode titled "Sexy Otters."
with this robot arms, sexy robot arms.
Well,
next.
Related
Next.
to the previous thing, not about sexy robot arms. Wesley Snipes will reportedly reprise his role as
Some
Blade
motherfuckers
during
always
the
want
events
to
of the
skate uphill.
multiverse
Let's
saga.
go.
maybe that's it. Maybe it's him that gets the F-bomb because he's a very F-bomb character.
Yes. Yeah, I am 100% up for this. Oodles, as we discussed on our Blade episode of 100 Things, and I really wanted him to be Whistler in the new one.
It
to
makes
Mahershala
so much
Ali's.
sense.
It just worked for me so well, but whatever, it's okay. As long as there's more Snipes, it's been
I mean,
too
last time
long.
we saw
I don't want to
Blade,
watch films where
last time we
he's
saw Blade
filming
was in What We Do in the Shadows, wasn't it?
Oh,
the
so
Vampire
he did.
Council.
Yeah, well, he was just Wesley Snipes in that, wasn't he? Allegedly, but yes, it's basically.
I hope he has an accountant that can handle his taxes properly this time.
Yeah, let's hope so.
I don't even think it was as much that as him just going, I could probably get away with this. He's probably told he could get away with it. And you're a Hollywood star. You're at the top of your game. Why not?
Wesley Snipes in those films.
You've just been in Money Train. Why would you not
Money
think
Train.
I could have a Money Train of my own?
He's the best thing in all three of those Blade films, and the third one's atrocious. But he's the best thing in it.
Yeah,
Two is a fucking
No, is
standout.
the third one not got a like a Pomeranian dog that's also a vampire? That's the best thing in that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's got Triple H in it.
Parker Posey as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dominic Purcell's in it.
Yeah, Dominic Purcell's in
Fresh
it as Drake.
Fresh off
It's called Drake, not Dracula.
Yeah, fresh off Prison Break fame. No, the best.
That's the Ryan Reynolds film, though, isn't
Ryan
it?
Reynolds is the main star in that.
Sorry, it's
Hannibal
the Ryan
King.
Reynolds movie.
Cock juggling thunder cunt. That's the only thing I can really
Hey,
remember
I
from
wonder.
that film.
Thinking of this, Hannibal King's a big character in the Marvel universe. Do you reckon Deadpool's going to now meet Hannibal King? He's already met Green Lantern.
They might do.
Hannibal King's like he was just in that Blade film, but he's mad, especially with like Black Knight and some of the British Avengers with Captain Britain and stuff like that. Hannibal King. We may see it yet. Next.
I mean, we've got years and years of these, so why not? The Karate Kid has been delayed to May the 30th, 2025. His bus must not turned up. Starring Ben Wang, Ming Na Wen, Jackie Chan, and Ralph Macchio, who must be 100 now.
He still looks good, Ralph. He still looks good.
Does he?
Do you not watch Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai's amazing.
No, and I know I should.
Me
You
and
would
Stig
love
live
it.
for
You'd
it.
love it.
It's our Power Rangers.
Oh, it's so good. I fucking love Cobra Kai so much.
Because it's like Power Rangers.
It's like Power Rangers, but like it's so
The fight in
stupid how they've
schools.
managed. It's so stupid how they've managed to make like one loss at the end of Karate Kid 1 into this whole saga and bring in
into this guy's entire
Planty, you don't
life.
it's
understand.
his entire
The
life.
whole Beverly Hills Valley is a karate champion in that show.
And all these kids
Fighting
just fucking fighting karate
in playgrounds.
I'm having karate battles in school.
So good. And the headmaster's
It's like
coming in
the
going, Hata! Stop! Hata!
Yeah, it's like the Bloods and the Crips, but
Yeah.
with teenage Beverly Hills kids.
It sounds like I hate it.
No,
It
no,
sounds like I
no.
absolutely despise it.
It does,
Do you know what? Do you know what
it's
this
not,
sounds
but
like to
it
me,
is
Stig?
so
Planty's a bit like
good.
Johnny. He's just a man of his time, isn't he?
Yeah. Please give it a go.
Piss off.
Give it a go. It's on Netflix.
Watch the first
Honestly,
episode,
we
and I
will.
bet
So
you $1 million
bingeable.
you'll be like, okay, I'm going to stick around.
It just gets,
gets
better and
better.
better as well.
We do need I was going to say serious inverted commas, but we do need a proper chunky show to watch.
Got 4 seasons to watch.
as well as because we've got a show that we watch while we're having tea. More on that
EastEnders.
later. But we need a proper kind of like a proper
Perfect for that.
dramatic
Cobra
Perfect
Kai
for
never
that.
dies, mate.
Okay, we'll do it.
Next.
On to music. Eminem announces new album, The Death of Slim Shady, dropping
killing
this
him?
summer. Next.
Killing the character.
It's interesting.
No, he might
Yeah.
kill off the character. Sometimes they do, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
He's
And
outgrown
it'll
that.
be interesting to see if with it being an explicit reference to Slim Shady in the title, whether he does references back to the early.
Well, you can
albums
tell
and-
when he's
Those are good albums.
when he's
very
when he's
good.
being Slim Shady, he raps differently to when he's being Eminem. Way different. It's more
He does,
aggressive
yeah.
as Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like cartoonish,
Yeah, and
isn't it?
that's right. Yeah,
He might just
the
kill him
cartoon
off.
violence.
Might just kill him off.
Yeah.
Like he's like, ha, 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 ha.
I
He
mean,
does all
so-
that Pee Wee Herman stuff, doesn't it?
Slim Shady's kind of his upper
What,
register.
wanking in a theatre?
Working in a theatre.
I prefer the angrier stuff.
I do.
I'm
I
really
do.
into it.
Rap God.
The
I listen to
Eminem.
Rap God and not enjoy it.
I grew out of it. I definitely grew out of it.
Rap God's good.
His first 3 albums, I think, are still like absolute classics.
Yeah. I
They're
agree.
more like
Recovery is
fucking
one of his
comedy
best
island.
ones.
Recovery's amazing.
Recovery is
I like
amazing.
that. I like Recovery, but like I wasn't really listening to that kind of music at the time, so it didn't hit me as hard as like my favorite's still the Marshall Mathers LP.
yeah.
There's no bad track on that.
good help.
Well, there is one. There's one.
Well, apart from Kim,
yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about Kim anymore.
that's not really a track though.
That's aged well.
Really,
Yeah.
there's a few f-bombs in that album as well, and I don't mean
But
fuck.
it does finish off. It does finish off with "Criminal," which is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Criminal's good.
God damn right.
I do still struggle to pick up a knife without thinking Ken Kniff.
From Connecticut.
Which is, again, a reference only for the people that listen to this podcast. Really weird. Yeah. I think probably now is over to Stig for Taylor Watch.
Yeah, just for your old superfan Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's Torture's Poets Department hits #1, breaking records as it goes. Taylor Swift's latest album, The Torture Poets Department, has topped the UK charts with the biggest first week sales in 7 years. 31 album track shifted 270,000 UK units in 7 days, eclipsing her previous personal best of 204,000. The last album to sell more than that in the first week was Ed Sheeran's Divide, which sold 670,000 copies. Swift now matches Madonna as the female artist for the most UK #1s.
And unlike Madonna, she's not a virgin.
I mean, look, credit to Taylor Swift, right? But I mean, I listened to what was the last album, Stig? I really
Midnight.
liked that. I
We
listened to a
are
few-
never
I listened to
ever
that a few
getting back
times.
together.
And I really had a good time with it. I listened to it quite a bit. It was kind of one of my cooking albums for a little while. I really enjoyed that. But I haven't listened to this yet. And apparently, a couple of the guys that she quote unquote duets with on the thing are not particularly nice.
If you like,
guys.
if you want to hear her lyrics, listen back to the beginning of this episode because that's some of her best lyrics.
It's
But
just Post
a
Malone.
31-track double album. Post Malone, that's the guy. But a 31-track double album, because I like to, for the first time I listen to an album, is sit and listen to it and not do anything else. I just don't think I'm going to find the time or have be able to put my phone down long enough for a 31-track double album. It's not Melancholy of the Infinite fucking Sadness.
How dare you?
I'll tell you what it is. Now, I was jokingly gonna bring this up in the review section, but I'll
How
just
do you know
it
I'm
now.
not reviewing it?
Last week I talked about it, but I hadn't really given it a proper listen, so I was a bit like, oh, I'm not really sure on it. I've listened to it more this week. There are some really nice songs on there. It's very chill. It's a very chill album. I just don't think it really kind of touches a lot of the other stuff, and I think she needs an editor. I think she needs to cut those tracks down. I think some of the lyrics are, if you isolate the lyrics, they're kind of like what the fuck is she talking about here? But if you listen to the whole song, you do kind of get the story she's trying to tell. But I think this is the most for the hardcore Swifties fans
Like me.
album ever. Not like you. The people who are obsessed with her. You watch TikToks of people sitting there and listen to this album, and they understand all the references, and I don't understand a lot of these references that she's going on about.
I do.
But it is quite a really nice chill album. If you like Taylor Swift and you were just sat there with a drink and you were reading a book or you were playing cards or something with your partner and you just want music in the background, it's a nice kind of chill album for that. It's just, I think she needed someone to come in through with an editor, and I think the problem is I think she's at the point now where it's more like, I want to do this, and no isn't an answer.
Next.
Yeah, so overly long, needs an editor, getting a bit obsessed with feet. Is she Quentin Tarantino?
Now that would be the fucking heist of all time if she just pulled the skin back and it was Quentin with his big chin. Hi, guys.
And a big pile of cocaine.
Well, like,
absolutely.
How Randy Marsh is Lord.
Oh, what do you mean?
Yes.
Lordy, Lord. He is Lord.
On to books. Audible to turn all 7 Harry Potter books into full cast audio books. Why?
For Stig?
Oh, I really want this. I really want it, but I really don't want to give her money.
There are ways.
Yeah, there are definite ways.
It looks like I'll have to go back into Harry Potter books for whatever the time.
Yeah, this has come at a really, really poor time for Kurt, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because
He just read the book.
He's just listened to all of them.
I have just listened to all of them, watched all the films, done podcasts on them. I would still listen to
We spent half a
these.
year talking Potter.
I love the His Dark Materials books, and they did a similar thing with these, like full cast, like dramatization version of those. It's brilliant. I loved it. Like I love you have a narrator and then you have like people actually acting the parts out. You have noises going on in the background. You have sound effects. I think it could be really effective.
I can't see me saying getting this, but I will listen to the Prisoner of Azkaban one because that's my favourite film. So, and that's the book I have been reading. I skipped Chamber of Secrets book. I just went straight to Prisoner of Azkaban.
Prisoner of Azkaban is very, very good. And the music, the lift music that I have in my head a lot is that band that's playing the music from Goblet of Fire when they bring back Cedric Diggory's corpse. I think about it all the time. My boy was but Stig knows. Yeah, that is just playing in my head probably about 4
it's
out
my
of the
pal at
hours
work
I'm awake every single
ringtone,
day.
and I didn't know this until I'd watched Harry Potter.
Is it really?
That little theme.
Oh man, now you're talking.
That scene is
anyway.
just like some amazing
So good.
acting, like some of the best acting you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Followed by Daniel Radcliffe being absolute dog shit.
Yeah, he's dead.
It's great. It's fantastic. New audiobooks of all 7 titles in the Harry Potter series will be released exclusively on Audible in late 2025. More than 100 performers will be cast to voice the book's various
Why would
characters.
they ask me and
quote
Stig?
unquote.
I'm going to say, honestly, we need to get a reel together, don't we, of our voice acting and get it sent over. I've read all of these to my daughter and put voices on for all the characters.
Let me do it now.
Just get me.
Let me do it now. This is my audition. Mr. Potter. There you go. That's it.
No, you can't do the same. That's the
No, you can't. No, but that's the thing. You can't play.
This is
you
my
can't-
Snape. No, it's terrible, isn't it?
I was just about to suggest that
you
it
would
sounds
need
a
to-
little bit.
You
Sorry.
need it to be kind of lower and slowy, like Mr. Potter.
No, that's a bit James Bond.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
yeah.
That's what you need to do.
Mr. Potter. No, I just have to do it. I just have to do it.
No, it's
Just do Alan Rickman.
I believe his estate's really litigious, Oodle. So you want to watch that?
Mr. Potter. No, I can't do it. It's just him.
No. A joint statement from Amazon-owned Audible and Pottermore Publishing, the audio and ebook publisher for the Harry Potter series, said the new audiobooks will not replace the much-loved single-voiced English-language recordings by Jim Dale and Stephen Fry, but sit alongside and
I tell you what,
I've not listened to the Jim Dale ones. I've heard some of the Stephen Fry stuff, but Jim Dale stuff's for the American audience.
Yeah,
I don't want to
the
hear an
author
American
is now
Harry Potter.
The author's now in for another couple of a cool solid 10 million now, aren't they? After the sales are all this, they're going to get a lot of money off this.
Oh yeah, this is to get you to buy it for a third time.
And Stig's definitely getting it.
Can we print some rainbow money from now on and make sure that we pay her in that? That would be really good, please.
There are other ways.
Yes, we'll.
The
high
so many,
seas. As well as a
there's
full
literally
cast
so
of
many
high
go-to
seas.
people in our Discord alone that can get me stuff, that can rip me stuff just for nothing. Like other week, I don't have BBC, so someone stepped in and decided to record me something and give me a rip of it, and it was brilliant. And I love that there's pirates in our Discord. It's full of scum and villainy, the whole Discord.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, well, worse than Mos Eisley.
Mos Esper, worse than that. Love it. Next.
Yeah, we've got something next. Right, back onto the weird world web. I fucked that up just as Biggie always fucks it up, and
Yes.
I didn't know on
The rite
purpose.
of passage.
That's all he says.
Man drinks 25 glasses of wine to mark each mile of the London Marathon for such a great day. I'm not entirely sure why he sounds like Greg Wallace, but that's my Biggie.
No, Biggie's all right. It's like it's any Oodles. This is Biggie.
Biggie
What?
Biggie doesn't ignore
Rogue
Biggie doesn't
trader.
only spend 1 hour of the day with his child, though.
That's what Biggie sounds like. It sounds like
Like Greg
You know when Biggie's about to turn up at your house because all you hear out there is oi, 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 oi. That's the only way you can walk.
Tom Gilby, a wine merchant, has gone viral on TikTok this week after he uploaded a video of himself blind testing a different glass of vino during each mile of the London Marathon. Well, I don't think it's a job.
well, I want it.
In the clip, Gibby is seen stopping to guess the drink's grape variety, country of origin, and vintage. He was able to guess 7 fully correct and 14 mostly right when he got incorrect.
While running how many miles? Like 12.
25
27?
miles.
25. Most of the wines Gibby tested ranged from Burgundy Pinot Noir. Oh, you're in the Pinot Noir stage.
Yeah,
at the minute,
I've
aren't you,
had 3
Dulce?
bottles this week.
It's a great drop. It's a lovely drop.
I'm a Rioja
and-
tonight.
Oh, Raka.
Ooh. There's a space reference there, but Candy's not here. From 2018, his first stop to a French Sauvignon Blanc. From 2023, his final stop. Gilby ran the London Marathon to raise money for Sobel House Hospice, which he said fixes livers. Oh no, nursed and cared for his mum in the final days in a Just Giving fundraising page. That's nice.
Brilliant,
That's
isn't it?
really sweet.
How did he do that without vomiting? Because, like, I don't know about you guys, but wine
I
gives
don't know
me
if you've
awful
seen this
acid
gentleman
reflux.
before, guys, but I follow him on TikTok anyway. I've followed him for a few years now because he's my wine guy, and he's fit as a fiddle regardless. Anyway, he's
No, I'm sure he's fit, but there is wine is so acidic, and he was drinking red wine as
and
well.
white and
White
white.
wine's not too bad. White's worse.
Yeah.
It's gonna give you heartburn though.
As a man
if you're
that
running.
gets regularly called out for his middle class behaviour, in spite of the fact that I'm really working class, can we just take this back to say that Oodles, man of the working classes, has got a wine guy quota?
Yeah, I've got a wine
actually,
guy.
that is something worth bringing up.
You're always calling me out,
I'm middle
right?
management
And
now,
you've
me,
got a
mate. I've
fucking
been middle
wine
management
guy.
for 2 years. I've got money.
Mate,
I've just bought a house.
My wine doesn't even have a bevel in the bottom. It's that
I've
cheap.
got a wine rack.
You know what I mean? My wine's made in the back of my toilet.
I don't think there's anything upper class about being addicted to alcohol. I just want different versions of alcohol.
Well, it killed my grandmother, so I can assure you there isn't.
It's killed many people in my family, but I'm trying to beat them. I'm trying to prove that you can. Love it. I love it so much. And wine at the moment, it's just, I don't know, the older I'm getting, my tongue likes wine.
And it's cheap.
It's so cheap. And you get
Oh
fucked
yes,
up off
yeah.
of 3
It's
bottles,
a simple
eh? 3
way
bottles
to
of
get
fucking
pissed
wine
without
this
having
week,
to
and I'm
constantly go to the toilet.
wasted. I'm
Yes,
running
but
upstairs trying
also,
to touch our last
remember
one.
last week Oodles suffered from
was it?
3 bottles of red wine.
Absolute menace. I love it. I love it.
No, you are an absolute menace, Oodles. Just it wasn't a was. You are.
I ain't lost a single shoe while drinking wine. So,
Okay. but that doesn't mean you're not going to
When I
lose a
drink
shoe.
beer, I lose shoes.
You've lost a shoe.
2 shoes. Different pairs.
Well,
Wasn't it on the top of a flat roof pub?
you can
or
mix
something,
and
or top
match.
of a
You can mix
garage?
and match the ones you got left. Then
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Hang on, at the top of a flat roof pub. Were you in a throwing a shoe over a pub contest with
I got told
the bloke out of
I
the
got
office?
told that we were trying to do the ghetto thing where you put your shoes wrapped round the telephone poles. That's what I got told.
So how did you lose one of them? Because
Fucking-
all I
I
used
had
to tie
one on.
laces together and throw
I had
them
one
over
on,
the
I
towel
fell
line.
asleep on the sofa and pissed myself that night. Good night.
God, your wife is so lucky.
This deal's getting worse all the time.
Thanks for reading the news there and bringing about my downfall. But yeah, wine. Get into wine, guys. It's not posh to be into wine. It's cheaper than fucking beer, man.
wine's so good.
It's so good. It's so good.
I'm drinking it right now.
Yeah, boy, I would be, but my teeth are red. Let's get on to the to the main show. Oh, I want to know what my at this moment sixth favourite bald person is into. Gadget, what have you been doing this week? I've got so many bald. I've got so many
favourite?
bald friends now.
Six
The older I'm
favourites.
getting, everyone's getting more bald, and I've still got loads of hair. Bald.
Sixth favourite.
Out of 70.
I mean, that's
the disrespect
Out of 70.
I deal with.
Out
on
of
it.
70. That's good, that.
Well, there's Planty, there's Biggie,
Stig.
there's
Oh, how am I below Biggie?
Tyson Fury,
Yep.
there's
The Rock.
The Rock, there's
Richard O'Brien
Krillin from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, I mean,
is there a,
One Punch
One Punch
Man.
Man.
a bald Tory?
Is there a bald Tory?
Yeah, whatever
No,
bald-
they've all got
whatever-
perfectly coiffeured
Yeah, whatever
hair.
bald Tory that is, Goodles likes him. Then Gadget.
Then Gadget. Gadget.
He only voted for them because they were going to get Brexit done.
well, if you think it, you can think about getting a reach around at the podcastle again this year, Oodles.
You enjoyed it more than me.
It's all right. He won't be there. He's on a Reform March, Reform UK March.
Look, just because I started drinking wine don't mean
don't
I'm
do
now
politics,
I'm
so
now
let's
a
go.
bastard.
Sorry.
You are a
I am,
bastard.
hang on, Dad.
You're not a bastard. You're a bastard.
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 Busted.
Anyway,
Busted.
so this week it's been mostly kind of continuations of things I've been doing. So I'm still going on with Republic of Thieves by Scott Lynch, which is still fucking fantastic. I'm really enjoying the flashback scenes in that, Stig. Actually, it's nice to have those characters come back into it.
Yeah.
We finished The West Wing. All 7 seasons.
Isn't it
done in
good? Isn't it
3
really
months.
good?
It's great. It's one of the best TV shows ever
Yeah,
made.
I agree.
Consistently
I agree.
good.
There's no downtime in it.
There's no downtime. There's some things in the last season.
The last season's
I
the
don't
worst bit,
really
the worst
like.
season, but it's still like 8 out of 10.
It's still a lot better than a lot of other things.
It is the best advert for cocaine that I know.
It is.
It really is.
Yes.
It is. Just
But,
say no.
You know,
kids.
everyone's consistently excellent players. I really enjoyed it, and I really rate it. And it's all on 4OD or
did
all 4,
Pip
whatever
like
the
it? 'Cause I know
Channel
you was
4
watching it together.
streamers. Pip adored
Brilliant.
it.
I'm glad she did.
She was the driving force because I'd seen it before. She was the driving force. Was kind of binging it so
It's
quickly.
nice to have a little political drama, though, isn't it? It's like it's
Well,
tasty.
it is as well, and because it's kind of idealized. American
Yes, it's what it
politics,
should be.
It's what it should be, and it's like, but even then, like in the early 2000s, when it's set, it's like they're still dealing with kind of like really fucked up right wing conspiracy weirdos and like
So it's aged well.
far
then.
right and racists and stuff like that. Actually, no, it has aged well. The thing is, you can tell when 9/11 happened. They did a response episode to it, which wasn't
don't dwell,
directly
though, do they?
referencing it at all. They never actually mention
No.
it happening. But all of a sudden, there's a lot of issues involving Arabs.
Pesky
I mean,
Arabs.
9/11 also. 9/11 also fucked Enterprise, but I've got other problems with that.
Enterprise was fucked from the start.
Oh, you back down there, Gadget.
That's
It's been a long time.
that's the 24 effect. After 9/11, like
Yeah.
every season
Yeah.
of 24, it's like it's the Arabs. It's like
Yeah. But there is a kind of end of season 3 into season 4. I know because this is a current political issue that's going on. They do a run of about 4 or 5 episodes that are around Israel and Palestine. And I think it might be the best description and best handling
tells you what
of that issue
conflict
I've ever
is.
seen in a TV show.
That's how I learnt what it was. From that.
Yeah. It tells what the conflict is from both sides without
No
both
prejudice.
sizing it.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah. And I think it's wonderful that they achieve that. So yeah, if you like really well acted, well put together dramas, The West Wing, it's all on the Channel 4 video on demand app. It's just fucking brilliant. Just watch it all through. 7 seasons, 22 episodes a
fair
season.
few of our listeners watched Designated Survivor last few years. Imagine like a stripped down version of that. It's less like grandiose as Designated Survivor, but it's got the feel.
Less chaotic
yeah, it's
as
got
well.
the feel of men in a room and women sorting shit out.
Less daft action.
Less daft action,
isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of daft action in Designated Survivor, and actually, I've used Designated Survivor as a kind of a gateway drug, pardon the parlance, to get Rachel into the West Wing, and I think we're gonna probably when we do serious TV, we're gonna that's gonna be our
Designated
next
Survivor's
kind of
like
serious show.
the cannabis, but the West Wing's the coke. It's the real stuff.
It's also weird when you watch it because it came out kind of 20 odd years ago. You see so many like bit parts from actors.
Yes.
It's almost like the next generation's Law and Order.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Like even just in the last episode of season 7, David Hornsby turns up and he's Rickety Cricket from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's in the fucking West Wing.
It's just it's a tour de force of acting.
He's got a little goatee and everything.
It's really good.
Yeah, like Martin Sheen is fantastic throughout it. Alison Janney runs away with it as CJ Craig. She's
Martin
so
Sheen's
good.
the best Sheen in it. 100%.
Absolutely.
Estevez.
Considerably, yeah,
He's the
absolutely.
best.
Yeah, he's the best Sheen and Estevez.
He's the best. He's the
Yes.
best.
Although I always liked that Emilio Estevez when he was young looked like Martin Sheen when he was young, but now Charlie Sheen looks like him as he's old. It's really weird. They've done this kind of this shift. It's great.
So because we finished that, we need something new to watch. So we started the 20th season of Hell's Kitchen.
Okay. Yeah.
And the only reason I'm bringing it up is because you guys know that I enjoy this.
It's fucking raw.
Yeah. There is an interesting wrinkle to it, which is why I'm bringing it up. Because it's 20th season, they've obviously wanted to do something a bit different. So it's a young gun season. So all of the chefs in it, all the chefs in it are between 21 and 24.
Oh, the babies.
So they're all Gen Z, and it's really interesting to watch them.
They're all on the phones.
I was having. No, they're not on the phones or anything. Because I've seen so many seasons of it, like there are some predictable kind of trends that you see. Like usually, a lot of the male chefs are really misogynistic.
Gen Zs are.
Wow.
In the series because they're Americans of a certain age, and it was filmed in 2009. You know?
Oh, you mean the classics?
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, the classic. So like when you watch these 24-year-olds, like they're
all
supportive of each other. They're all considerate. Like if they have a problem with something that's happened, they tend to own it.
That's sweet. That's
rather
beautiful.
than be like, "Oh, this is fucking shit. Those fucking other guys fucked me over." It's none of that. Like they like do like the Vox Pops things, and they're just like, "Oh shit, I fucked it up. Can't believe this." And the funniest part is, like, especially because we're only a few episodes in the male team, none of them can cook chicken.
Are they still struggling with
Every single
scallops
time.
and ricotta? Stuff like that every episode? Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone struggles with that, doesn't they?
But in this season, the first time I see it, every time they bring like chicken up to Gordon and he's
they batter
plating it up, cuts into it, it's just fucking it's pink in the middle. It's like it's like cooked like 2 inches into it, and then it's just the raw chicken
Which
in the middle.
can
It's
kill
so
you.
fucking funny, but which can kill you. It's like
Struggling with Scallops and Ricotta is a good name for a band, by the way. Write that down.
From a punk band.
It's certainly it's like a ska band, a ska punk band.
It's an
album
oi
name.
band. Yeah.
And then the only other thing is I've been playing a lot more EVE Online, so yeah, it's been a kind of a week of continuation of things, which I know isn't helpful for your album, for your cover art stuff, Oodles, but yeah, it's been one of those weeks. I just haven't had the chance to do anything new.
It's all right.
But I tell you what, I might have something for next week because I did pick up Soldiers on Steam for 69p. So I might try that.
Soldiers, the Souldiers.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Have you got an egg to dip them in?
It's a good game.
Way.
That's a John joke. You wanted John on
get
tonight.
him
He was
in.
too busy, but at least I bought a John joke, so it's fine.
That's really good. I'll go next then. Two things. I'm not going to talk about the main thing because I'm double teaming that with Biggie when he's got the internet back. So, two things dropped for me this week that I really, really love. So, one of my boyfriends is Neil Gaiman. He's my boyfriend, and I love him. He's one of the best writers of all time. You guys know how I loved the Sandman TV show on Netflix.
More than any
More
of
than
us.
the whole planet.
You watched that like three times, didn't you?
Yeah, I watched it again this week because I've been watching this next thing. So, the follow-up to Sandman is now out. Dead Boy Detectives. So anyone that knows Neil Gaiman knows who Dead Boy Detectives are, just to let everyone know. They are two ghosts, Edwin and Charles. And basically, they go around solving supernatural cases. People think, that sounds like the show Supernatural. No, this came first. Supernatural copied Dead Boy Detectives, and they've admitted that. So, it is in the Sandman universe. So we get characters from Sandman, Dead Boy Detectives. It's modern. It's set in the modern day, but the ghosts, Edwin and Charles, are very modern gentlemen. They're both queer, which is refreshing to see. Very, very fluid young men. And they are joined by the psychic, if you don't know the books, Crystal Palace, she's called. Like the football team and the place. Crystal Palace is, on the first episode, for instance, she is being possessed by a demon called Dave the Demon. It's Neil Gaiman, remember?
Not the diver.
No, Dave the Demon. And
No, because Oodles wouldn't have anything to do with that.
and Edwin and Charles save her, and they go on a mission, and they start their detective agency together, solving crimes. It is not as good as the Sandman, but in the books they're not as good as Sandman. But it's a nice. It is like the boys with Gen V. It's like that. So this is the Gen V of the Sandman. But the fact that Netflix have now done a second season of his Sandman universe means maybe we will get more Sandman, and it makes me happy to think about that. It pleases me because I know not everyone finished Sandman and everyone didn't love it as much as I did, but I think it's one of the best adaptations I've ever seen in my life from a book that everyone said was impossible to adapt. But they did it.
I'm holding out now for this up-to-date, big budget, current Neverwhere, please. That would be
Imagine.
good. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want.
There is a second season. Sandman confirmed. They're in production now.
Good. I cannot wait because it gets even better. I mean, highlights of the Sandman, for instance, is like the trip to hell, the diner episode with John D. It's just
The diner episode was really good.
Yeah, it was
I don't know. I struggled with this show.
Again, you don't know the background of it. You've not read the books, and the books. It's literally 1-to-1 that show.
That's never really bothered me though.
I feel like the Sandman show, and especially with Dead Boy Detectives as well, it could have done a better. The both could have been better to bring people in that don't know the universe, because characters in the Sandman and in Dead Boy Detectives talk about characters that you would not know quite a lot. Do you know what I mean? And it's not just Easter egg porn; it's important plot points of things you wouldn't know. So
Yeah.
it can throw you out a little bit, and again, it's just sensational.
Yeah, I think Sting. If you'd have got the Sandman in your emo phase,
Yeah, you'd have been
It would have really taken root
I never
as
had an emo
graphic-
phase.
Oh, I
graphic
did.
novel. Right. Okay. Well, I didn't have an emo phase, but I certainly had kind of like a
The music I did, but
questioning
the
myself.
music I did, but the black hair and the aesthetics that Oodles had, never had that.
Yeah.
I would.
Pick one up. Pick one up. I think you should pick one up, and you'll really enjoy
I've never
the
been
different art
I've
styles.
never been a comic book fan. I don't know why. I love comic book media, like films and.
Have you read anything
TV.
by Neil Gaiman? Anything?
No, I've read one comic book.
No, but he doesn't just do comic
Oh
books.
no, but he does books too.
books.
Out,
He does
out,
books too.
outside of the Beano.
American
I used to
Gods.
love
That's a book. American Gods is really good.
No, I read the Miles Morales. That's all I've read.
Have you watched Good Omens?
No.
No, none of that. That's Terry Pratchett as well, that one.
There's a really good thing. I can't find it on the bookshelf right now, but there's an excellent I've banged on about this a lot. Mad Max prequel comic book, which has got prequels of almost all the characters in Fury Road. It's so good. It is really good. And if I hadn't already promised it to about 6 other people, I would send it you tomorrow.
I don't need to.
read.
I don't need to read the prequel. The prequel's coming out at the cinema in a few months.
Furiosa.
No, but it's all no, but it's got a Furiosa. Yeah. There's a Furiosa prequel bit as well, and none of it's CGI.
But yeah, like I was saying, Dead Boy Detectives is out. They're half an hour-ish episodes. There's 8 of them. It's not for kids. It's not for kids. I'm saying that it's not for kids. It looks the trailer. This is how emo it is. The trailer is My Chemical Romance, Black Parade. That's the music in the trailer. It's emo.
Ooh.
Watch the trailer. See if you like it. I think this is more accessible than the Sandman. I genuinely think it is. But there is characters in this that are in the Sandman as well. So, but that's not the main thing I have done this week. The main thing, I was lucky enough to be given a code by one of EA's best employees, Kurt. Our little friend Kurt. He sent me a copy of Tales of Kenzera Zao. Do you know what this is? Does anyone know what this is?
Yeah, it looks great, like the art style, like in the game.
So it's an EA Originals.
He was good enough to tell me it was.
God,
sorry, he was good enough to say it was coming onto PlayStation Plus. So I didn't hassle him for hassle him for the code because I know
he knows he'll get a review out of me as well. So it's published by EA Originals and created by Surgent Studios. Right. So how do I explain this? Tales of Kenzera Zao is a, get ready, Metroidvania, but in a different way. Step one, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning to look at. It's basically rooted in East African mythology. It's nice to see somewhere we never get to see. It's really deeply embedded into the creation of humans, Ethiopia and places like that, where everyone originated from originally. So it's good to get that world. You know, like Ashanti and people, things like that. People, you know, the old gods and stuff like that, African myth. Before even Egypt was a place, fucking aeons ago, and it's talking about all that. It's got a Black Panther vibe. Because the game starts off as you're the son of Zao. And, spoiler alert in the beginning, Zao's died. And you're his son reading his diary. And that's the game. You're playing what his son's reading. But his son's in like some like proper like futuristic Wakanda type place. Like a prince. But Zao's back in like on the plains, Serengeti and stuff like that. And it's a Metroidvania. But it does something very differently in the aspect that what do most Metroidvanias do when you first start? You can attack and jump, can't you? That's it.
Usually, yeah.
This you start off with.
Or they give you all the powers and take them
Doesn't
away.
do that.
Like the first
this you start off with double jump, dash, all your weapons, everything, every ability. You start off with that, and you unlock even newer things that you couldn't even fathom in a Metroidvania that you could use. I'm like 4 hours in. It's about a 7-8 hour long game. And I'm unlocking things that I never... Oh, right. I thought that was just background. But no, you unlock stuff to do that. But it's... Can anyone remember Ikaruga? The shoot 'em up Ikaruga.
No.
Oh, yes.
So Ikaruga was a shooter up like R-Type and Space Invaders, those type of games. And the main crux of Ikaruga was you could change colour of your projectiles, red and blue. You kill the blue ones by shooting them with red. You kill the red ones by shooting them with blue. Constantly. It gives a bit of strategy. This game has that. So you wear 2 masks. You wear the Mask of the Sun and the Mask of the Moon.
You're such a dick.
The Mask of the Moon is... It's not talking to me, listen. It's talking to the cat. It's calling the cat a dick.
Sorry, I didn't realise that was
Colin
audible.
Robinson.
Sorry, my cat was being a dick, not Oodles. I mean, also Oodles, but mostly.
But yeah,
the cat.
It was when I flicked back over to the Streamlabs screen to check the recording, and I just see this ginger cat's head come into the frame on Planty's screen.
But yeah, like I say, you get a Mask of the Sun, Mask of the Moon. Mask of the Sun is red, the Mask of the Moon is blue. Like Ikaruga, you hurt certain enemies with a different like the blue is like a projectile gun type thing, and but obviously in ancient Africa, so it's not guns, it's magic. And the red is your blades, and you can only kill certain enemies with a certain mask on. It makes every encounter so much fun and memorable for it. You're not just slashing until the HP goes down. You're having to change tack because the enemies start glowing different colours and stuff like that. And it's just fucking brilliant. The bosses especially just play on it so much. And you've got dashes and you can dash through things. Do you know, the controls feel exactly like Hollow Knight. Like, where it's enough, there's enough bounce to it. There's enough oomph to your attacks. Do you know, like, Hollow Knight feels good. It feels good. Some Metroidvanias don't feel good. Like, I didn't like the latest Prince of Persia because I don't think it felt that good and I kept getting lost. This game's very, very linear for a Metroidvania. Very linear. You can go back to beginnings and stuff like that, but it's linear from the main path. You can't get lost. The map's open from when you first start the game. You can see everywhere. And it's just sensational because there's a story all about saving the land and the actual the son reading the tales of his dad saving the land because he's a what do they call him? A magic user, African shaman. Thank you, brilliant. He's a shaman, and he's just really fucking good. Like, I'm not even finished yet, but I'm just really fucking enjoying it. And again, I was given this for free as a review, and I'm always honest with my reviews, and I can be hyperbolic and stuff like that. Mostly, all the time, but mostly at night. But it's fucking brilliant. It does everything that you want a Metroidvania to do. It's not long. It's not convoluted. It's not breaking the mold, but it makes it exciting. It makes you want to fight because of the mechanics in it. I'm
watching the trailer on Steam at the minute. Its movement especially is giving me huge Metroid Dread vibes.
It is a bit like Dread because there's a lot of sliding about and you've got to be mobile. Like on Castlevania, for instance, Symphony of the Night, you're going to stand there and can't you? You're going to stand there and tank it as Alucard. You can't. You've got very little health on this, so you constantly. I've
just put this onto my wish list. This looks fucking great.
Fucking sensational, and it's nice to see EA Originals doing it. I like the last game they did, that Magic Doom game that they did, Magic Call of Duty game that they did. I can't remember what that was, but it was Immortals, I think it was called.
This is another game that is going to remind me of the fact that I haven't still 4 years on, haven't dealt with my father's death properly. So I will get to it, I will.
This is a warning. I've cried twice. Yeah. I've cried twice. I've got daddy.
This will rip me apart. Yeah.
The description on Steam, Planty, it would break you. Yeah. Reclaim your father's spirit, brave the beautiful and treacherous land of Kenzera, with the god of death in Tales of Kenzera Zao, a Metroidvania adventure.
Yeah. It's really heartbreaking. Like all the way through it, the god of death is talking to you, he's narrating, he's talking to you back and forth. It's constantly giving you story as you're playing it. And there was one moment, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's one moment, a line was said by the god of death. It was something along the lines of, death is just as natural as being born. And I fucking started crying because it is, but he's saying, the problem is, no one chooses to be born, but everyone tries to choose not to die. And I was just like, for fuck's sake. Fuck, it was just...
Jesus.
Yeah, it fucking broke me. Yeah. And then a boss happened and I started... Do you know what I mean? It's fucking sensate. I've not felt this positive about Metroidvania since Hollow Knight. Maybe Bloodstained, actually. Because that came out after, didn't it? After Hollow Knight. It's just...
Not Ori?
Ori? I liked Ori 2. I didn't like Ori 1 that much. Ori 2's really good. I just think this is absolutely sensational. And it's nice to see EA like finding other. You know, that's what the originals do, don't they? They find like devs and be like, right, come on. And I hope it gets a push. And it's on PS Plus, so I hope it does get. I don't know what else it's on. It's PC probably. I don't know if it's on Switch or Xbox, but give it a whirl because it's not going to eat your life. It's just about 10 hours long, I think, at max.
That's all you want out of a good Metroidvania. You don't want them to overstay their welcome.
No, absolutely.
But a word of warning, like Planty says, it touches on loss all the way through it. From the first scene, characters are sad in this. So be warned, trigger warning. But I think it's sensitive. Like, it says 9 out of 10 already, and I haven't finished it. I fucking adore it. When you're ready, Planty, play it.
Yeah. I'll play it before I'm ready. It's bound to happen.
But I've cried. I've
And
cried
you'll-
twice.
and you'll all hear about
I've
it.
cried twice.
You'll all hear about
it's
it.
fucking. It's just. I think there's something beautiful about real African voice-over artists portraying Africans. Like we all want that, but the emotion that these voice-over artists are putting into this, it's almost as if they've lost as well in their life.
Your man that's created it and voices the main character is the guy out of Assassin's Creed Origin,
it
isn't
is,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, I forget what the character's
Bayek.
called. But yeah, this is his. I think this is yes. There you go.
Bayek.
This is his tale, like kind of story to boy, yek lad. Story for again because I think he lost his father. This is his
definitely
way of.
Everyone in this sounds like they've experienced loss, and it's just like, I'm not going to spoil that much, but one of the first major bosses you meet is all the way through. You're helping this little girl to trying to get past this beast, this monster, this goddess, like a giant bird thing, and it's not really spoiled, but it turns out that's her mother, and she has to accept that we have to beat her to get past. And it's heartbreaking what you do. And Zhao, the guy you're playing as, is so lovely. And he's like, I'm sorry, but it's the needs of one for the needs of everyone else. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking Africa. It's always been struggling, hasn't it? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just thank you, Kurt, for sending it me. Tell your colleagues they fucking knocked it out, mate. It's fucking brilliant. I adore it. Stick?
I've had a busy week. I have had a very busy week. Should we start with the shit and end with the great?
That's how I do it.
It's how I crawl through my pipes getting out of prison. Yeah.
Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver.
Oh, he did it!
Someone had to do it for us. I'm glad
I
it
ain't
was
doing
you.
it.
I do it for the listeners.
I think you do it for
Do
you.
it for you guys.
I think you do it for you.
I do it for me because I'm a completionist. And also, I think it's only fair to shit on something if you've experienced it.
Sounds like self-flagellation to me, but okay.
I've never experienced sticking pins in my eyes, but I know it's shit.
I meant in media, fucking hell. Not, you know what I mean. It's shit. It is shit. Everyone's saying anything about that it's bad. It's bad. It's just more of the same of the first one. Somehow Zack Snyder's managed to stretch out the third act of a film into a 2.5 hour film. That is generally what this film is. This Rebel Moon needed condensing into one film. First part and second part are one film, and it isn't the case of, say, Lord of the Rings, where you do have like separate, like new stories. You kind of can leave it at a point, you can tell the next point. It isn't even a case of like Harry Potter that was split into two films and the third act was told in one film. That's an adaptation that needed it. This isn't an adaptation. This is just Zack Snyder just spunking
I don't know why
his ideas on the screen for 4.5 hours, and they're just terrible.
I just don't get, like, that first one I watched, like, I was borderline offended by it.
This is even more boring than the first one. So basically, this carries on from where part one finishes. Spoiler alert for the end of part one: that the main bad guy, what is his name? I'll find out here.
Is this
Ajax.
Mr. Space?
It's called
Space-
Ajax.
Atticus Noble. He thought he was dead. He wasn't dead. He comes back with for all intents and
space
purposes, they are the Empire. I'm going to call them the Empire because I don't know what they're called in this.
Probably the Imperium,
Somehow he
the
returned.
Inquisitors.
But basically, they are the Empire.
Shite.
Sophia Botella, Cora, and Gunnar. I'm looking these names up.
You mean
as I say
Charisma
these
Vacuum, Sophia... Blah, blah, blah.
Because I still can't remember what their names are.
Fucking-
They go back to this farming planet, and they're told that the Empire is going to arrive in 3 days for their grain.
Get
They
the
want their
harvest
grain,
ready,
otherwise
guys.
Get the harvest ready. They're told the harvest takes too long to do that, but in this time, in these 3 days, they managed to not only do all the grain, harvest it, process it, bag it. They managed to somehow build and dig a lot of underground trenches.
Oh, for the trench
managed-
warfare.
And they managed to train all the farmers up in warfare with guns and grenades. In 3 days. It's just crap. It is the third act of a film that just should have been. It should have just made that one. The first
What's
film, and
the
the second
full
film
title
put
call
together.
of this?
Rebel Moon Part 2: The Scargiver.
No, is it not Rebel Moon Part 2, The Magnificent Seven? Because that's
No,
what
that's
it
the
sounds
first.
like.
That's the first film.
Oh, is
The
it? Oh,
first
no,
one-
we got 20
The
minutes
first
in.
one, they literally
20
collect
minutes in
people.
and turned
They
it
collect
off.
different people from Dungeons and Dragons on that first film.
Yeah, the
Here's the mage.
people.
Here's the beast
And what,
tamer.
actually, in all fairness, one of the complaints that a lot of people had about the first one was that there's no background to any of these characters to collect in. This film actually does go out of its way to show that background. It's just that every single one of the people that get to tell their story, you know, they've got 3 days. By the way, remember that they have 3 days to do it.
3 days. Yeah.
But-
It's in the
But
brain.
they're taking this time to have a little meal and talk to each other about their backgrounds. Every single one of these backgrounds is told in slow motion. Roughly, I found this on Twitter. 19% of Rebel Moon Part 2 is in slow motion. 20 minutes and
fucking
53 seconds out of 112 minutes is in slow motion. Zack Snyder has said that the reason that is because he thinks it looks cool. That is literally his reasoning.
But
I would accept
believe
that
that's
if sometimes it can be used to look cool. Some action scenes, every now and again, you put a bit of slow motion in, you show everything that's going off, and you can process it, and it looks cool. In this, he uses slow motion for Jamin Honsu's character to fill a water bottle up.
Mhm.
I'm not even not joking. He uses slow motion for a man sticking a water bottle canteen into a well
That's
and
how I
pulling
do
it
it.
out. What's cool about that?
he's an auteur. He's an auteur. You
Slow
don't
slow
understand
motion
it.
is most effective when it's hardly used.
I'd love to get Zack Snyder down to working men's and just let him stand there and
And kick fuck
yeah,
out
just
of him.
absolutely break because he's not allowed his phone, so he's not allowed to call for help. Kick the fuck out of him. Absolutely.
Who's he going to call for help in West Yorkshire?
true.
Noodles? Just out of
Just kick
interest.
fuck out of him
How
in
many
slow
people does he
motion.
know?
Sean Bean.
I
Sean
think,
Bean's not going to
right,
help him.
if there's one thing positive I can say about Zack Snyder is, I think his films do look stunning. Like
Yeah.
First one didn't.
he would be so much better as a cinematographer than a director
Yeah, but
and,
he's not going
and
to do that.
script
is he,
writer.
now? He's not going to do that.
He's not going
now.
to do that now, but like
He
that
would
is
have
his
been.
calling. His calling should have been a cinematographer because he has an eye to make something look great. It's just he doesn't know when to pull it back.
300 looked great, didn't it?
Yeah, he doesn't know when to just stop. All of his films, technically, they look great. They are visually fantastic. He just doesn't know how to rein it in, and that's the problem. It's bad. It's boring.
But-
And he's got another 4 of these lined up. Apparently, this film
What?
ends in a cliffhanger.
Why are you're going to
Oh,
watch
fuck
another
off.
4 of these, Stig, and not get any return from it?
It's for you.
You haven't. It's not for us. It's for you. You're doing it for you.
It's
I
like
did-
it's like putting your cock in a fan without a protector.
It's just-
Stop
it's
doing
like
it.
chopping your
Stop
cock
it.
off.
Because the more you watch it, the more he's going to make them.
You're doing this.
This,
did find it
him
funny
and,
that you
and
get-
what's his name? M. Night Shyamalan. I have.
Oh, don't
I have a-
terrible.
No.
I
The
just-
M Night Shyamalan films are passable.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
He hasn't made a good one
Beach
since
meets
like
the road.
2002.
Lady in the Water, fucking hell.
I like
Yeah.
Unbreakable's the
I
best,
liked
best last one he's done. No, Science.
I have found it funny that the arseholes on Twitter that have been going, hey guys, which one's better, Dune Part 2 or Rebel Moon?
Piss off. They're being paid to say that. They're being paid to say it.
Anyway,
I assume this one isn't as woke as Dune Part 2. That's what it is.
of course it is. It's got a female lead,
Yeah, and she's not
and
a charisma vacuum
actually
at all.
a female lead who's not white. So it's very woke.
And they're attacking the Nazis, not coddling them.
Anyway, it's dog shit, acting shit, script shit. It's boring. Next one, Robot Dreams. Robot Dreams is a animated film. It's about a dog living in Manhattan in the 1980s. Think kind of like Zootopia, where all the animals are kind of humanoid. They look like animals, but they walk around and they act like humans. They drive cars, they go to jobs, that kind of thing. They live in apartments.
Like Howard the Duck.
This was nominated for Best Animated Oscar.
Okay.
It has 0 dialogue.
Good.
It is all just via like sound or music. And it's fucking brilliant. It's so good. It is about a dog who is lonely and he lives in this apartment by himself. You see him going through the motions of microwaving himself a TV dinner. He sits down at his sofa. He's just flicking through channels, watching absolute shit. He looks through his window one night and he sees his neighbours across the street. This couple having a lovely time, like laughing together, snuggling up, eating popcorn and everything. And he's like, I want that. I want something like that. So what he does is he orders himself a robot companion. And this robot comes, he makes it, and he just has the absolutely best time ever. And he finds a new best friend in this robot, and they go off on all these adventures, and they do all these fun things together, and he's teaching the robot about all these new things. One day they go to the beach, and he takes the robot into the sea. Salt water and metal.
Rust.
They don't really mix.
No, they don't.
So they lie down on the beach and they sunbathe, and then when it comes time to leave, the robot can't move. He's rusted up. And the rest of the film is told through the dog's... he's trying to get back to the beach with tools and a manual and everything, trying to get the robot fixed, but he keeps getting thwarted by the guards because the beach is shut. It's also told through the robot dreaming. We get like sequences of the robot like asleep and dreaming. We get like things happen to the robot. He gets throughout the film, and things happen to the dog, and it's just this really amazing story about loneliness and finding kind of love through friendship, not
And
through
robots.
a partner. Yeah, not through a partner, not through like sexually or anything like that. It is just about finding
Companionship.
love and friendship. Companionship, yeah, brilliant. Through friendship. And it's just, the music is fantastic. The use of sound is amazing. The
How long is
animation
it,
is
mate?
fantastic. It's
About an hour and a half.
roughly 102 minutes.
Oh, wow.
That's with credits. So yeah, it's about an hour and a half.
There you go.
Yeah,
Sounds like an
Yeah, I'm
interesting.
gonna.
Really
I'm
interesting.
adding that right now.
I think
my
it's
kids will
actually
watch
coming
that.
out. I think it's coming out to streaming in May. But
My kids will watch.
you know
shit
me,
out of that.
Mr. Cinema gets his free tickets. There was a
Yeah.
special screening on. That's
Mr.
the good thing
Cinema's
about-
back. Is Mr. Cinema back?
Mr. Cinema's back. I
So
went to
the-
the cinema
oh,
to
the-
see this.
Oh, good, because they were really concerned.
It was in
about you, weren't
paper.
Did you get
As
your
Mr.
dough balls?
Cinema died.
I did get
People
my
said
dough-
Mr.
course I
Cinema's
got my
gone
dough balls.
missing. There was
They'd started to have a midnight vigil.
Yeah.
For
Mr. Cinema's
outside.
dead.
Yeah. So this is one thing actually that I was worried about when the Everyman came in, because it's only a 4-screen cinema. I thought, are they just gonna put all the big films on? But if a film actually becomes quite popular, or it's like this was nominated for an Oscar,
Bit of hype.
if they find time, they do find the time to put it on, which is really.
And you've got
I'm
the
really
full
happy about.
schedule, aren't you, on your calendar?
Yeah, so I got this sort of interest, Godzilla -1, all these other films that.
You would never normally see in a small cinema.
Yeah, they're putting these on, so I'm really happy about that.
When are you?
Yeah.
When are you becoming general manager of that cinema? 'Cause I bet you've
I'm
applied.
not, but my wife is.
Why don't you?
I'll keep pushing her
Keep
to.
pushing it, yeah. Come on, we'll
He
move
doesn't
in.
need to be the manager when he's sleeping
Do you know,
with the manager.
do you know who Stig reminds me of? He reminds me of the kid from Last Action Hero. Going to the cinema and being friends with the creepy old man that runs the cinema.
No, he is the creepy old man that will run the
You
cinema.
muted Stig.
The Last Action Hero is the film that I did on 100 Things We Learned from Film.
See, I don't even have to say
The current-
it. I don't even have to say it. Someone
synergy,
does it.
The current record holder. I
You're the
believe.
only person that's ever been competitive on that show, because that show's about having fun.
I had fun, but I managed to.
Wait, it's about having fun. Shit.
I had a really good time.
I didn't even get all my facts out for that either.
Good.
So
Worst
anyway,
episode.
best episode. The worst episode is Biggie's. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Fuck me, I didn't even finish it.
Ice Pirates.
Fucking ice pirates, man.
Of all the films he could have picked.
Fuck. Fuck me, Ice Pirates. I've never watched it, so I'm listening because I usually listen to every single film you do, Planty. But that I weren't. Nah.
I would argue you'd get a kick out of watching the film.
Have you ever heard of the film
It's
Terror on
really
Bloodfart
stupid.
Lake? Because I got told I'd get a kick out of that, and I got rickets out of that.
Candy strikes again.
Yeah. Right, I have one more thing to talk about, which is the
He's
best
so
thing I've watched
greedy.
this film, which is well, with less people this week. Quite honestly, one of the best TV shows I've watched in a long time. Baby Reindeer.
Baby Rain.
Has anybody started this or heard about this?
Rachel said it wasn't for me, so
it-
there you go. She's-
My wife watched it, and she told me
I've
not to
seen
watch
one-
it. It's triggering.
I've seen one little clip of it, and in the context of Pip pointing out to me that there is something that the female character in it says about zips, that is something that she would say.
I got
And
told
it's
not to
scary.
watch it because I'm not being big-headed. I was stalked for 2 years by a lady. It was creepy, and I had to get the police involved. And that's what this is about, apparently.
Yep. So Baby Reindeer
There you
is
go.
a
I got
black
told not to watch
comedy
it.
drama. It's on Netflix, and it was written by Richard Gadd, and it stars Richard Gadd. It's an autobiographical
Even did the theme tune.
Autobiographical.
one-man show. Basically, Richard Gadd, I think it's around 2016, 2017. One day, he's working at a pub. He's an aspiring comic, and one day, a woman comes into the pub in the show. She's called Martha, and he's kind to her, offers her a cup of tea because she can't pay for it. So he said, "I'll just make you a cup of tea," and she carries on coming back.
She gets obsessed with him. I've been there.
And I'm back every day, and he keeps giving her a free drink. Like he kind of likes her company to start with, but then things take a turn for the worst. She starts to email him over and over and over again, thousands of emails. this
Is
man
she getting
receives.
sexually provocative as well?
Sexually provocative? She's making jokes.
I can't watch this.
He's clearly not into it. And like the first 3 episodes, it's so bingeable as well. I think it's only 7 episodes, and I watched it both in 2 nights. The first 3 episodes are kind of like a comedy. There are a black comedy. She's a stalker, but it's a little bit funny in places. It's a little bit quirky. And then I got onto the second part of the series, and it takes a dark turn, and it is really
always does.
brutal, really honest, and things happened in this man's life that, like I say, it's so honest that to come out and do this show, and not only do the show but act in it, like he is acting in his own life story. He isn't getting an actor to do this. He's reliving all of this himself.
Fuck that.
It is times cringeworthy. It's times just brutal. It's sad. You'll just feel awful at times. But
I just can't watch it. I believe you.
At times you'll laugh. It's honestly one of the best TV shows Netflix have ever put out. Some people, I know people have been in floods of tears watching it, where but then again, sometime you will just laugh at what's going on.
Maybe I do need to watch it.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Why is it called Baby Reindeer?
That's explained in the show.
Oh, is it?
I won't say why, but
Okay.
it's explained in the show. Yeah, things have come out about it since. People keep trying to find out the real identity of Martha. He's
They
come
can't
out
be
and
doing
said,
that.
Stop trying to do that.
Yeah,
That's not
you
the
can't
point
be
of
doing
the
that.
show. She has anonymously come out and done an interview saying
Fuck
that
off.
it's actually the opposite and he's stalking her. But he has a lot of evidence to the contrary to that. So
Right. Okay.
this is a woman who has had serial stalking. She's been reported to the police before. She has been done for stalking before. Wow. It is batshit crazy. The first 3 episodes, you just think you think you know where it's going, and then it just completely pulls the rug out from underneath you. Especially episode 4, and it's like, wow. He reveals a lot about himself, a lot about what he was thinking at the time, and how he still thinks. genuinely, though, it is one of the best things that Netflix have done. And half an hour to 40-minute episodes, depending on each episode. So you could binge this like I did in 2-3 nights. But I highly recommend it. It's genuinely one of the best TV shows I've watched in a long time.
I feel like I'm missing out if I don't watch it, but my wife knows everything about what happened in my life. She specifically said, don't watch this.
I'm sure it is. It's not even, there's more triggers in this around, not just to do with stalking, to do with drug use, to do with sexual
that's what she
assaults,
said.
to do with like kind of loneliness, to do with anxiety. It's just an anxiety cringe.
But I still like now you're selling
riddles.
it to me in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like watching him do some of his stand-up comedy and getting 0 laughs, and you are just hiding behind, you're like pulling your fucking t-shirt.
Like 100 Things We Learned from Film podcast.
Yeah.
No, he said comedy. That's not funny.
It is
Not
just
tragedy.
brutal. But yeah, amazing bit of TV. Highly recommend.
What a week, Stig. Planty, come on, mate. Come on.
I'm glad you left me till last because I've done now.
Yeah, so you had time to
really,
think.
Really have. I know, yeah. We've started watching stuff on TV that we don't really have to think about, like 20-minute, 30-minute shows. More on one of those coming soon because we're kind of binging an American comedy show, but I'll wait till we're a bit further in before we talk about that. But we've been watching. A lot of people said to me in the kind of late 2000s, "We love this show, Gavin and Stacey. You've got to watch it. It's so funny. It's so clever. It's so witty. It's so everything we do." And I went, "It's got Corden in. It's not getting
It's that
watched.
one in
Not
it,
in your
the
life."
Welsh one in it.
But then I discovered the same show, but fun, respectful, kind, and northern, and most importantly, no Corden.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
And we watched Chris Ramsey's Hebburn.
Oh, Heburn's great.
Now, I knew Gadget would say this. I've watched Hebburn twice now, and I'm now starting to get Rachel to watch it because it is the most Geordie thing, isn't it, Gadget?
Oh, we are, man.
Technically, Sand Dancer, they're so shields, but yes.
Oh, sorry, yes,
What
absolutely.
the fuck's a
I'll
sand
give you
dancer? Is that
yeah.
something to do with worms and stuff?
No, that's someone from So Shields, a Sand Dancer.
It is something.
Do the dance funny on the
but
dunes?
But it is. It's got everything, including the fact that they're all scared of "quote unquote" Jarrow lads.
You should be, because lads from Jarrow are fucking mental.
Absolutely.
Stig, do you know what any of
should
this
be.
means?
Yeah, absolutely should be.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
Hebburn is great. Hebburn is so good. It's got some really good casting. And look, listeners, if you listen to a lot of podcasts, and you're probably sick to the back teeth of listening to Scorched Sheep and hearing the advert for Chris Ramsey talking about his
podcast.
him and his wife talking about his podcast.
Is there adverts on that
Plus,
podcast?
'cause you
Why
should-
do you get adverts? You pay for it. Why aren't you?
Why? What? No, this is very interesting. Gadget knows the answer to this because, in spite of the fact that I pay for it, I still listen to it on Spotify so that you get the ad revenue because I'm just a good
We
what
get
a
ad
legend.
revenue.
Look at that.
There you go.
The
I
rest
believe
of you
Yeah, we
take
do.
note. The rest of you take note.
There you go. You see, you're all part time.
Where's that ad revenue though, Oodles?
It goes
Gadget's back pocket.
No, it goes into your end of year bonus. Last year we made £3.70 from Scorched.
Yes.
It's all right. I owe Gadget about £9,000 from the court settlement after the last
You
podcast.
do.
Anyway,
You do.
he just takes it. He just
It's
takes
free
it off
money.
me.
It's free money, but I recommend it. It's touching. It's kind. It's got some great actors. It's got Vic Reeves
That's
as
it.
his dad. It's got
Yep.
the always beautiful Gina McKee. God, the things. Anyway, no,
I don't know who
that's
she
not
is. Let me have a quick
I
look at
love
her.
Gina McKee. You absolutely
Gina
do
McKee?
love Gina McKee. She was in Our Friends from the North.
Oh yeah, I
In the
do
90s,
know who it is.
which is a great thing. You know Gina McKee.
Yeah.
And she's really good because she's just the perfect kind of Geordie mam because all she does all the time is go, eee. Which
There's
such-
you can argue that Hebburn is the northeastern equivalent to the royal family.
What are you saying, Hebburn or Heaven?
Hebburn.
Hebburn.
Hebbb. H-U-H-E.
Hebburn.
Hebburn.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. Hebburn.
Right,
Yeah.
it's because I have to put this on,
yeah.
on the podcast out, and I put Heaven, Chris Ramsey.
It's it's great. It's really fun. And exactly that. It's a bit more respectful than because I've seen Gavin and Stacey. And I've got to be honest, listeners, I hate it.
I've never watched Gavin and
It
Stacey.
just does so
I know it's
little
Welsh,
for me.
isn't it?
It really does so
There's-
little for me. And it's not that. It's just all the kind of like, let's take the piss out of the Welsh because they're all thick. Is what
My
it
mum's
has
got
for
something
me.
to say
Or
about
let's
it.
take-
It's
She'll
hilarious. James Corden's character orders all these curries.
I knew you were going to say the
and
curries
things
from-
from-
It's
for
It's
himself.
funny because he's
He
fat.
does what?
Yeah.
He does what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's a clip of him ordering a load of curries for everyone. He's pointing out, oh, this Booner, like, blah, 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 pop it up. And he orders about 3 people's worth of food for himself.
At the end of it, did he go, Bosh?
I know that reference.
the joke in that is supposed to be like when you're with a load of people and you order a curry together, someone will suggest that you all just put them all on the table and everyone shares, and then he has this really fucking toxic, selfish rant about the fact that he's ordered these 2 booners and all this
He
stuff.
wants it
and
for
then
himself.
Someone else has ordered a korma, which isn't really a curry because apparently heat levels are something to do with like being a man and stuff like that.
Fuck off.
Fucking
James
awful.
Corden
It's
is
like,
not funny. We assassinated
he
him
is
years
not
ago.
funny.
He's in
The
the
annoying thing
depths
is
of avernus.
Ruth Jones, the woman who co-wrote it with him, she's really fucking funny.
Yeah, she is. She's very funny.
She's so funny.
She looks like my older sister. You know, when she's got leather jacket.
and like
and
I've seen a
black
couple
bob.
of episodes of Gavin and Stacey, and like she as Nessa, she's really really funny. It's just James Corden drags the whole fucking thing. Like Rob Brydon's fucking brilliant in it.
Is that the one where James Corden's walking around in Sergio Tacchini tracksuit?
Yes.
Right,
in every episode.
I've seen clips of that when he's singing Band Aid. What's it called? Do they know it's Christmas time in a car?
Yes. Yeah.
Something like. Oh god.
I would
don't like it.
I would recommend Hebburn. It's one of the better kind of British BBC sitcoms that's come out in a while. And like I say, it's like the northeastern version of the Royal Family because they're that kind
Royal
of,
Family's great.
they're one of those northern families that are kind of completely in each other's business all the time.
Yeah.
And that's where the humour's derived from.
I like shows like. Did you ever watch Early Doors, Planty? I bet you did.
Early Doors.
I love
Early Doors was
I adore
short-lived but
Early Doors.
brilliant.
We went to see the stage show, me and Tom, and it was really, really good. It
I
was such a-
love them
You know what-
kind of shows.
You know what? Craig Cash is a national treasure.
Craig Cash is brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
brilliant.
he's so funny. So funny. But the main thing we've watched is 100 Things episode because obviously I've got to promote the podcast on your podcast.
We talk about it every
is
week.
Next.
We finally did Dodgeball.
Yeah.
We finally did Dodgeball, which will be live right now as you listen to this, listeners. And okay, there's some pretty unkind homosexual jokes and a couple of F slurs, but other than that, it's really good. It's still funny. Sporting films are great in my eyes. Sporting comedies are even better.
It's a good send up of the sporting of a sporting like hero's journey kind of film.
It's better than that
Yes,
Will Ferrell
absolutely.
one. Was it called Semi Pro?
Yeah, Semi-Pro's not great. Blades of Glory's also not that good.
We're going to skate to one song and one song only.
Yeah.
My Heart's by the Black
This
Eyed
is-
Peas.
Steve the Pirate. Which one is he?
He's the guy that dresses
Is it
like a
pirate?
pirate. There's a guy that dresses like a pirate.
I like Dodgeball. It's Vince Vaughn, isn't
You
it?
dodge
And,
a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Vince Vaughn
You
and
can
Ben Stiller.
dodge traffic, you can dodge a ball. I fucking,
Specifically, we learned
Rip
what
Tom.
a good guy Vince Vaughn actually is.
And
I thought he
absolute,
was supposed to be a bit of a right wing dickhead.
No,
he was a unit as well.
no, but he's done some really good stuff.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's a fucking
Yeah,
unit,
I
Vince
was really
Vaughn, in real
surprised.
life. He's monstrous.
He's fucking mad. Have you seen that film where he's in
Well, he's
jail?
in prison, yeah. He's a
Yeah,
fucking
prison block.
99. Prison Block 99.
just kicks
Something like that.
Fuck out
Cell
everyone in
Block 99, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge.
monstrous.
Yeah, I had a good time with that. I had a good time. That's the same director as Bone Hawk Thomas.
Bone Tomahawk.
Tomahawk, yeah.
Bone Tomahawk. Yeah.
It's got a great rip-roaring scene in Bone Tomahawk, hasn't it?
Woo!
I,
Yes, indeed.
I just love that throughout the film, just throughout Dodgeball, Justin Long just continually eats shit. He gets so damaged.
He really does, but that pays off at the end of the film.
Does
as well.
Justin Long get hurt in every film he's in? So the Walrus film,
Usually.
What's it?
He got his eyes took
Jeepers
out
Creepers,
in Jeepers Creepers.
Dodgeball, Barbarian.
Oh, yeah, he gets it good in Barbarian.
He dies in everything, doesn't he?
The only thing he hasn't died in is those "I'm a PC, I'm a Mac" adverts from the early 2000s.
I remember them. And he didn't die in the Star Trek parody one with Sigourney Weaver. What's that one?
Galaxy
He
Quest.
didn't, he didn't die in that.
Great
did he?
film. Have you done that one yet, Planty?
Galaxy Quest.
No, but we added it to the
Get
list this
Gadget
week
on.
as we were talking.
Get Gadget on
about
for
it.
Galaxy
just
Quest.
thinking that. That's a perfect
I'll come
gadget.
on for
Okay.
Galaxy Quest with you because I fucking
All
love
right,
that
we'll
film.
put you on the list
That's
for
got
Galaxy
Gadget
Quest.
writ
It's
all
great
over
film.
it.
I love Galaxy Quest.
Just
It's the best Star Trek film ever made.
Justin Long's in A Wonderful Knife as
Yes,
well.
it is.
It's a wonderful man.
He is in it. Sort of. He's brilliant.
Spoiler
in that.
alert,
He's
he gets
really
it.
good in that.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful knife. in
Saying
his
that
back.
though, he didn't die in the Walrus film, did he? In Tusk, he became a
I mean,
walrus.
yeah, but
Going
my
back,
God, that film.
going back to Dodgeball.
Fuck you,
like,
Candy.
Going back to Dodgeball, I generally don't like Ben Stiller that much, but I fucking love him in this. Like, he plays a good baddie.
Ben Stiller
plays a great hero.
Ben Stiller sometimes is brilliant. He can be sometimes really good.
I think he's one of those inconsistent leading men. Like, I think when I saw Meet the Parents, I hated him in that, but that
Never
film
seen
was
that.
saved by Robert De Niro.
What about Tropic Thunder?
Well, you see, that's what I mean.
No,
Inconsistent.
We don't talk about
because-
that anymore.
with Tropic Thunder,
I still like
I
it.
don't like him in it, but he's really
shouldn't.
carried by Robert Downey Jr. and Jack Black.
Yeah,
It's not Robert Downey Jr.,
Um,
it's Kirk Lazarus.
Yeah, the
he's good in Dodgeball.
it's that moment in Dodgeball when she goes in to kind of consult with him, and he's sat on the corner of the desk with his inflated cod piece.
Oh, he's so good.
Just and he's kind.
We should-
He looks.
We should mate.
We should mate.
Oh,
But
Isn't that his wife
he
in
like-
real life as well?
yes.
Ex now, yeah.
He gestures at that giant painting behind him and says, "It's a painting of me literally grabbing the bull by the horns." It's just a line that's always made me go.
It's metaphorical, but it did actually happen.
Yeah.
It's a good film. I look forward to
This is
listening
Blade, Laser, Blazer.
And Michelle, my fitness consigliere.
Fucking Chuck Norris.
Oh, dude.
to that. I hadn't seen that in a long time.
That was the height of Chuck Norris jokes, that wasn't it?
I first
It was,
watched
yeah.
Dodgeball.
It's on-
I first watched Dodgeball on a plane to Malaysia.
Oh, wow. I watched Dodgeball in what I consider to be the best day I ever had in the cinema. Stig's going to dispute it, but I went to see... The first movie was Dodgeball. I then went to see the first Bourne movie.
Sorry?
And then the final film was The Village.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
It was a great day.
The Village
The
is a
Village
good film.
is- that was.
The Village
Good
is not bad. That's
a good one
that's
and
the
done.
point where he started to trail off. It's obvious that something's going on in it, but I think that the ending actually saves it because I knew that something was going on with the elders, but I didn't know.
You didn't know what it
that.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it blew that twist.
I tell you what, though, in The
blew me away.
Village, the
Absolutely.
scary porcupine costume was scary.
Yeah.
Right. It's not as good as Signs.
It's
I
a
think
great
Signs is Signs and Unbreakable are his best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah. And The Sixth Sense.
I still think Unbreakable is better than Sixth Sense.
Yeah, I do, but I think Sixth Sense is great. Like, it was a
It's
great,
good.
definite, brilliant debut. We showed that to Amelia last year. She was like blown away by the reveal.
The twist is a sensation.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I love that.
I also love that your daughter's now watching adult films. It's ridiculous.
Kate may have shown her one that was a bit too much the other week.
Wait, raunchy. It weren't Basic Instinct, was it?
Actually, I showed her one that had a bit of raunch in it. And I was like, oops, I forgot this was in there.
Mate, me and my kids went through the MCU of it last year, and I forgot in the Eternals there's a shagging scene in it.
This was,
And she's
more than
grabbing
a shagging
grass.
scene.
Oh,
It was tits out and everything in this one. I was like,
for
oops.
fuck's sake. I covered my son's eyes when we watched Roger Rabbit. I mean, don't look at her. It's too much for you, boy.
Oh, you should look at her.
Oh, don't.
It's a rite of passage for a young boy watching Jessica
yeah.
Rabbit.
Absolutely.
Too much.
Get your first stiffy off Jessica Rabbit.
If that's everything, Planty, that'll do for me. So before we get to our listener correspondence, Planty, it's time to eject you into orbit. You're leaving us, aren't you?
I mean, Me and Sandy B hurtling around the earth.
I watched a film with her this week as well.
He's got work tomorrow. Man's got to go.
episode,
Man's got to
previous
go.
episode,
He only does an hour
Man's gotta
episodes.
go, yeah.
He only got-
I know,
So
I can't-
before you leave, our listeners have never heard where you're from. Where you from?
100 Things We Learned from Film podcast, which hasn't been mentioned yet on this podcast. This week, of course, we're doing Dodgeball, but we've probably done we've done 150 episodes almost now, so we've probably done a film you've seen. Give us a listen. And if you are in the vicinity of Carlisle on the 17th of August, you can come to our live show for £5. It's not just us, but it's at MegaCon Carlisle, and it will get you into all the... There's going to be wrestling. Not me and John, although that would be hilarious.
Me and Stig are going to knock
wrestling.
fuck out you as well.
You are gonna beat the fuck out of me around the back of Brewdog. It's good. And that's going to be a £5. So come along, 17th of August for that. But again, always appreciate coming on here. It's a Thursday morning must listen for me. This particular,
And because you're leaving us, you've got stuff to listen to.
I know, yeah, great result there. And because I'm a patron, I get the green room as well.
Thank you very much for...
Give them all your money.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
give 'em all your
coming on, mate. We love you to the ends of the
Love you
earth.
too.
You get to sleep. Get your head down.
Oh, cheers, guys. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Later, mate.
See you
See ya.
later. Bye.
Right. What have the other scrubbers, listeners, sent us?
So we've had a few of them here. Futile Exercises jumped straight in there going, after the mention of solo leveling last episode, I decided to enter the world of Weeb.
Oh, no.
He's on an anime binge.
I've been on one of you as well.
So I'm not entirely 100% sure how to pronounce this, but I'm going to give it my best shot.
Here we go.
Frieren, Beyond Journey's End.
Sure. Nailed it.
Frieren.
I have
Frieren?
no
Frieren?
idea.
Anyway,
No idea.
description goes as thus. The Demon King has been defeated, and the victorious hero party returns home before disbanding. The four-mage Frieren, Hero Himmel, Priest Haita, and Warrior Eisen reminisce about their decade-long
Glad
journey.
you're not doing this stick.
Thank fuck you're on this week.
Their decade-long journey as the moment to bid each other farewell arrives. But the passing of time is different for elves. Thus, Frieren witnesses her companions slowly pass away one by one. Shit, this is uplifting. Before his death, Haita manages to foist a young human apprentice called Fern onto Frieren.
This sounds
Driven
like
by the elves.
Dungeons and Dragons, mate.
It's a bit D&D, isn't it?
Yeah.
Driven by the elf's passion for collecting a myriad of magic spells, the pair embarks on a seemingly aimless journey, revisiting the places that heroes of yore had visited. Along their travels, Frieren slowly confronts her regrets of missed opportunities to form deeper bonds with her now deceased comrades. It's well worth checking out whether you're into fantasy anime or not. It's a visual feast by Madhouse and is currently the highest rated anime on my anime list, beating Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
No way.
At least it's not another bloomin' isekai, but that's a rant for another time.
I get that reference.
Oodle's Weeb translation, what does isekai mean? I've seen the word before, but I don't know what it means.
It's more like a genre, if anything. I don't know what it translates to, but there's isekai, there's isekai warriors, there's loads of different isekai stuff. Someone with more skills could probably give you the definitive answer, but you see it a lot. You're right. It's a word that you see just thrown about willy-nilly,
Yeah.
but it's more of it like a genre of storytelling. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to
Okay,
explain
fair
it.
enough.
But there it is. You see it a lot.
Well, moving on, Kieran has come on, and unfortunately we lost Planty for this one. This question is directed at him, so he can answer it in future feedback. Hello, Modern Escapist, chums, and guest. Speaking of your guest, my question is directed to him. Planty, how are you such a sexy bastard? Regards, Kieran.
I'll answer that. Basically, he's Northern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Northern.
Northern works. He also says, P.S. Balatro is ace, and episode 182 was a blinder.
Oh, I'm so glad we're getting the Balatro boys together. This is good. This is good. And girls. It's just Balatro boys as alliteration, that's all. Just alliteration.
Alliteration?
Electro Boys.
We're not allowed to do that anymore.
Electro Boys.
Okay, so Super Natty Cat has vomited on the internet again for us.
Oh, no.
She said, "Sappenin' lads, such a sausage fest tonight.
Sup.
Sup.
This week we've been pounding away at Fallout. Obviously, it's very good, and all I want to do is sit on the ghoul's face. That half-dead cowboy is just chef's kiss.
Well,
Otherwise, I've been watching Is It Cake? And it's so freaking good.
Is it cake? We mentioned that on this, haven't we, before? Is it cake? Cake
Yeah.
or not, or whatever it's called. Is it cake?
Me and Stuarticus love it. All the bright colours and movement, and I just love Bake Off, so this is a close second.
I
I've
really
also
like
been-
watching things being cut. Not bodies, not humans, like cake. I really think it's satisfying to watch. You see a lot on...
Here's a body. Is it cake or is it not? And you just cut
it's a
into
body!
it, and it's a human body. And like, no, it's not cake.
But you know what I mean? It's satisfying to watch like a really thick chef's knife cut a cake.
The human body is a human body, but it's the bones that are cake. Because that's how fucked up that program is.
Yeah.
I've also been listening to an artist called 2 Feet on Spotify. Come across this music before, and it's so good, but it's in my ears all the time at the minute.
2 feet.
Have a listen. I promise you'll like it. It's so sexy.
Okay.
This week, Stuarticus painted his first picture in nursery. It looks like a pile of shite, but that good shite that makes millions of pounds in galleries.
Like Picasso.
The boy is a genius. Hope you're all good.
It's not like parents to think that their own kids are geniuses, is it?
Right. Okay,
Sticks,
here we go.
like agreeing massively.
Yeah. They're all right.
Right. We're on to Xenos. Xenos has sent us in another essay.
Chapter 1.
So, I have 2 new things to talk about this week, and, pause for dramatic effect, one of them isn't a game.
Is it Destiny?
I know, isn't a game.
Oh.
I know, hard to believe. Turns out I do have other interests sometimes. Brace for an incoming wall of text, or at least I'm braced for it.
I've seen that man's Steam account. I've seen how much money he's fucking spent.
I'll start with the other. Remnant 2's second DLC came out this week.
Oh, I'm interested.
I've already completed the first run through its story, and, as with the first, I think it's well worth the price of admission, considering it's less than a tenner.
Yeah.
The new class added this time is Invoker, which has a shaman vibe going on. Abilities include a thunderstorm that grants allies a speed buff and repeatedly strikes enemies with lightning, a major area of effect heal that gives allies regeneration and lifesteal, and a really weird buff that makes your bullets partially petrify enemies on hit, shattering their defenses and generating sandstorms, followed by a giant sandblast if you end the skill manually. It also gives you twice as many charges of any other skill you equip, which is frankly just great for almost any build, because now you can do twice as much of whatever you do. The story feels shorter for this DLC than for the first one, but that might be because there's a bit more of an incentive to push through. You get cursed a short way into it, which comes with an actual stat debuff, so exploration probably takes a backseat to getting that cured. There's some really heartfelt interactions with new characters along the way that I wish could have turned out differently. That said, as with basically every area in Remnant 2, you need to run through the DLC at least twice to get all the new shit. So there's plenty of exploring to do. There's a plethora of new accessories and weapons. I particularly like the melee staff that fires electric bolts, including an extremely complicated new puzzle in one of the original zones, which rewards a gun that thinks it's the service weapon from Control and reloads like it's from a Gears of War game. Also, it electrocutes you if you mess up the active reload, which makes it frustratingly difficult to use in combat, but it's probably fair for the fact that it doesn't actually require bullets to fire. Interesting.
Yeah,
I think. I
still-
really should play Remnant 2.
I still haven't played. I bought the DLC, the first one. I still haven't played it. But every time I play it, he talks about all these builds and stuff. I always be that guy that's got a dog. It's just that whatever that build's called, dog build. I just be
You're around
him,
with a dog.
dog build, because I play that game on my own, so I've got to have someone with me, and a dog build.
Fair. Secondly, I've finally gotten around to watching one of those things people say is really good that I've been meaning to watch for ages, and I do mean ages, because it's Avatar: The Last Airbender. The animated TV series, obviously.
Oh, right, okay.
There is no film and there is no live-action series in Ba Sing Se.
I don't know.
I've been watching this with friends because one of my mates has a Netflix subscription. He's basically been streaming it for us on Discord. We're almost at the end of the first book, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I know this was aimed at kids, and a lot of the plot points are quite predictable, but the writing's good, and I've been consistently impressed with the animation for the bending effects. The one thing that's really surprised me, though, is how dense the first season is. Avatar has been a fountain of memes for years now, but so many of the assorted GIFs that I've seen from across the series, across the internet, have been in the first season. And that's kind of astonishing. I think we've probably hit about 50% of the events I knew from across the series, so I have no idea what's in the other 2 books. Looking forward to finding out, though.
I know nothing about Avatar.
Really? I would have thought that would be up your street.
I didn't know it was on Netflix. I'm looking at it now.
I didn't know you could stream Netflix on Discord.
Yeah, we've done it.
Yeah.
When we did that, what's it called? Beast.
Sexy Beast.
Sexy Beast.
Oh,
Yeah.
with that guy and he was gorgeous. When he
But
took
that,
his,
yeah, that's still one of my
Yeah,
favourite clips ever.
we streamed that through Discord.
Did we?
Yeah. Watching
I
Candy's face as that guy came out.
All
She
I
was
know
like,
about all I know about Avatar is he's got an arrow on his head.
He does.
That's all I know. I don't know. Is it Japanese or is it Western? That
It's a Japanese anime.
is it? I never thought it was. Huh. Interesting.
M. Night Shyamalan
Avatar.
made a really terrible film version of it.
Did it?
why did I think the way that people talk about it and the reference people have for it, I thought it was like Dragon Ball and it was like a really ridiculously long running series. It's 3 series, 3 episodes, 3 years. That's it.
As far as I'm aware, the universe
Dragon
is
Ball's 30
expanded.
years.
There's a spin-off with one of the characters in it that is Korra. So there's like 3 series of Avatar, and I think there's like 3 or 4 series of Korra.
Horror.
So there is a fair bit to the world, but yeah, it's not like One Piece or Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
where it's
Legend
like
of Korra's
thousands
on
of
there
episodes.
as well. Yeah, but I genuinely thought it.
So big, like One Piece.
Yeah, it's just revered
Yeah,
because it's
I thought it was
quality.
like a huge
I've never watched a single frame of it. I don't know. What
I
it's
might give it a
about.
go now, knowing it's on.
I might. I have no idea what
Netflix.
it's about. An airbender. What does airbenders mean?
It's like elemental magic.
Oh.
So airbending is being able to manipulate wind.
Yeah. Well, that aeromancer or something like that.
Yeah, like the firebending, which would just be a pyromancer.
Yeah. Okay. But you're a little guy with an arrow on his head.
Yeah.
It's fucking great animation on Netflix.
Yeah. Last up, we have Angry Kurt, best boy.
He is.
Says the main thing I did this week, other than being glued to Balatro,
It's
was
so
watching
good.
Electro Boy.
was watch Mad Max, the original, not Fury Road, which is the only Mad Max I've seen till now.
Max Rockastancy.
I'm doing this as homework for a Backpage podcast episode next month where they rank the Mad Max films.
Oh.
It was a very weird film overall, and I didn't think it was very
Fucking
good.
is
Yes,
weird.
this is a correct opinion for the first Mad Max
it's
film.
not good.
Stick with
Second
them.
one. Road Warrior's great.
Yeah. And then Thunderdome is fantastic.
Oh,
If a bit shit.
We don't need another hero.
He says, yeah, it's a weird film. Overall, I didn't think it was very good, even if the last third is much better than the rest of it. It's very different to Fury Road, it is, in that it's quite contemporary. I give it some leeway knowing the small budget it had, but I just thought the dialogue was weird and it took too long to get to the point. The ending does lead to a nice setup for the next film, though.
Yeah, I agree with him.
The first Mad Max film is incredible.
Weird.
It's weird and kind of shit, but it does lead to better things.
George Miller is he's fucking batshit. That man's
Oh,
batshit.
he's off his tits, especially in the 80s.
Oh, God. I don't know who gave him money. He's fucking mental.
He's off
When you
his
get to
box.
Thunderdome as well, like, Master Blaster. It's
I've never
fucking
seen any of
weird.
the originals.
Oh, my. Oh, Stig.
The first one is kind of shit. The second two, Road Warrior and Thunderdome,
Brilliant.
are really good. The fourth film is not good at all.
I'm tempted to go and see Fury Road in the cinema next week because it's
Fury Road's sensation.
It's on like their
Weirdly enough, I still haven't seen Fury Road. I do need to see it. It's on my list. I've got the Blu-ray somewhere.
The mad thing about Fury Road is that's now how everyone thinks Mad Max is, but in my head, Mad Max is like Road Warrior. Do you know what I mean? Where they're all struggling to find petrol and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the Mel Gibson Mad Max films are.
When he's on the
bit more-
he's in the Intercept, the black and black Interceptor.
Yeah, but they're more lonely films.
Yes, and
There's a lot of isolation to them, whereas like Fury Road, from what I
Road's
know,
insane.
is a lot of people and a lot of action.
Yeah, it's just a car ride. It's just a road trip. The whole film is just fucking. And there's a guy playing guitar with a flamethrower, and he's fucking mental. He's fucking mental.
Anyway, Kirk goes on to say, I started a new book too. My guilty pleasure is football books, as you know. And I will read the book of any random player or manager, so I started excuse me. So I started, and I am going to get this pronunciation wrong. Nedum Onuoha's autobiography,
Nailed it.
which I'm sure some of you will have not sure some of you will even heard of.
Never heard of him.
He played for Man City in QPR. I'm enjoying it, but I knew I would. As well as the football talk, he also has experience being racially abused on pitch and speaks a lot about tackling racism in football podcast. Speaks a lot about tackling racism on football podcasts I listen to. Right, okay.
So his book's probably like a tell-all type. This is what you shouldn't be like.
Yeah,
I can't picture the gentleman at all. I can't picture his face.
I'm going to Google him. Onuoha?
I can't picture his face. I cannot.
It's all right. Most Man City fans these days wouldn't know who he is either.
Man City fans have never even watched a Man City game, mate. They've never even been to ground. No,
not one that I can remember, unfortunately.
I can't picture him.
Looks like in 2020 he went to Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Played for Real Salt Lake.
Yeah. He's lost to our eyes then. I don't follow any American soccer. Cool.
But yes, that's all of our feedback.
Thanks. Thank you. As always, links to all our extracurricular activities.
Oh, actually, so wait. Ooh, sorry.
What?
We do have
Breaking
a
news.
feedback that I missed because it wasn't the docs. I forgot to copy in there. But Candy from her holiday left us some feedback.
I thought that was for Candyland.
No, she has left us a Candyland as well. We have 2 bits for her.
Fuck me.
So she says, last thing quickly, evening lads, sorry I can't be there tonight. I'm busy at a festival that ran out of $6 water by 2 p.m. in the desert.
Oh.
Typical American.
That's like Mad Max Fury Road.
It is. On the flight out here, I had the choice of Killers of the Flower Moon, Zone of Interest, and several other Oscar nominees.
Oh, which did you pick?
So naturally, I used the spare time to maximum efficiency and watched Aquaman 2 and Five Nights at Freddy's.
The fuck is wrong with you?
I read this and I was just like, even before I got to the end of the sentence, I was like, she isn't going to watch any
Killers
of these
of the Flower Moon is an essential watch.
So is Zone of Interest.
Zone of Interest. I watched it last week. It's brilliant, Stig. You're right. It's fucking brilliant.
She properly candied it up, didn't she?
She watched Aquaman 2 featuring
and Five Nights at Freddy's.
That shat on a bed that time and chopped his back bloke's finger off. What's his name? Fucking
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp's finger.
Amber Heard.
Yeah, Amber Turd.
And Five Nights at Freddy's.
And Five Nights at Freddy's, the bear thing. The burger bear.
The bear thing.
Fuck me. She's a fucking rotter. I'm glad she's got no water in the desert. She's got a still suit on.
She's stood up on the dunes, kind of like dancing around.
Fuck me, is that the feedback?
Yeah, that's the feedback.
I've already told you where you can find everything. You find it in the show notes and at modernescapism.co.uk. Please consider becoming a patron. We've launched the first episode of Modern Escapism to everyone, but the next episode's going to be just for the patrons and going on and on and on and on. I think you've got your patron special this month as well already. I think Stig's lined that up and shot it into the stratosphere along with Planty. But yeah, please consider it. You've got Kenny Potter backlogs as well. Just consider it. Consider yourself a patron, please. Before we go into the green room, I believe we've got an international Candyland.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
Yeah, we do. So, I'm just going to read this verbatim, okay?
Oh, no.
Yeah. For Candyland this week, being as weed is gloriously legal here, I've been able to have some enhanced musings, and what I've realised is that Vegas is actually inside a giant dome. Like it's a giant Sims land. The aliens are definitely studying us here. That's all I have. I'm a busy woman, and my slot machine is about to pay out. I just know it. On an unrelated note, any chance I can get an advance on our ME Christmas bonus?
No.
No reason, just asking for a friend.
Not for gambling reasons.
So yeah, apparently
which
Vegas,
slot machine does she mean?
apparently Vegas is
Rainbow
inside a
Riches.
giant dome.
No. So Vegas was
No.
built.
There is a giant dome there.
Yeah, there is a giant dome. Vegas was built by Native Americans and the American mafia to basically make you feel like you're in an adult theme park, isn't it, Stig? You've been, haven't you?
Yeah, it's great.
It's
we
an
went
adult
during,
theme
like,
park,
just
isn't
as
it?
COVID kicked off as well, so we didn't even get the full experience. It was still great.
I kind of understand where she's coming from. Like it's like isolated from the rest of America, isn't it? It's like they call it Sin City for a reason, don't they? 'Cause it's just like anything goes. Have you? I did watch a thing about Vegas the other day about the underground homeless city. There's a homeless city underneath Las Vegas with like streets and stuff where homeless people live. It's insane. Such a
Fucking hell.
It's like Mega City 1, Las Vegas. It's ridiculous. It's a
There's a
mental
reason
place.
everyone went there in the stand. It's where all the
Yeah,
baddies
the
went.
stand,
There's a reason
yeah.
for that.
Yeah, exactly. But I get what she means. Like, it is rather than aliens studying people, I think the American government are studying the people there. Because isn't it the most CCTV place on Earth as well?
No, that's London.
Oh,
It'd
that
be one
makes
of them in
fucking
America
sense.
because of all the cameras they'll have in the
Casinos.
casinos. Yeah, it's a mixture of weird and wild people. You'll be walking down the street in Vegas, and there'll be people with billboards strapped to the back. One person's trying to get you into a strip club.
Nice.
The other one is trying to get you to repent for your sins and shouting the gospel of Jesus at you.
Jesus
Yin
loved
and yang.
blackjack, though. He loved blackjack. I've read the Bible. He fucking loved pontoon and all. Big pontoon, Edward Jesus. Loved it.
Always put all his money on black.
Always. Always. Well, that's been an international Candleland. She's, as always, an international treasure at the moment. Thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for Planty for joining us. And patrons, we'll see you in a minute for And Jobs Around the Back. Bye.
Bye.
Oh.